Hey, everybody. Some of you have probably saw about 25 minutes ago. Welcome back. It's Torg, Rain and Sin, the continuing episodic campaign set in lovely Coos Bay, Oregon, where nothing ever goes quite right. So we have 5 illustrious Storm Knights, and let's see if I can see the... Why don't we start sort of counterclockwise, starting at the top with Franz.
Yeah, I'm playing Bernd Meyer. He's a Storm Knight from Germany, a 25-year-old student who's been stranded in America when the war began. And he realized he's a Storm Knight and can cross the boundaries between the different realms. So he's a little bit adventurous right now, and maybe lost a lot of his adventurous gene last session when he was a bit traumatized when his date went really wrong.
Jennifer?
Hi, I'm Jennifer. I will be playing Mara, an elven warden of Isle. She's been staying in the elven enclave just outside of town and had been roped in to help this team of Storm Knights that had gotten off on the wrong foot with some of the townspeople. And her secret weapon for getting them back on the right foot with the townspeople is her white wolf companion, Skotle, who is terribly good at making people like him. He's also very good at chasing things and never gives up on a hunt.
Okay, so that means Jay.
Hi, I'm Jay. I'm playing Harumi. She is an electric samurai. At the beginning of this whole thing, her and Brand may have been somewhat partially, ever so slightly responsible for us not getting along very well with the Morans, especially due to the Nemesis card that I played. So as such, she's been sort of outside of town the past little while, looking for signs of other Adinos, not of the local tribe. And she's coming back to town now with some news.
Simon.
Okay, great. Hi, I'm Simon. I'm playing Father Severin, who is an Anglo-French Catholic priest, initially taken in by High Lord Malro's false faith. He has found his way back to God and now uses the gifts of the false pope against the cyber church. And that Hearts and Minds campaign is going pretty well within the town so far.
I have to give you that one, absolutely. Jason.
Hey, I'm Jason. I'm playing the Adinos Upton Moonwalker, who has a new career as an underground botanist and encourager of trees. I don't know how else to put it, but you can watch the last video. Yeah, and here to help my friends with the ways of Catacalus.
All right. Woohoo! So when we last left off, there had been those little brain-eating robot things, clearly Sarkolu in nature, that had interrupted the date between Ms. Moran and our lovely Realm Runner. So still traumatized from that, the young girl Wendy, who's known to have contacted this thing underground, comes running in and goes, "They've taken Monster Maker! He's in trouble!" And that's where we start.
Look extremely alarmed.
I don't know what happened. I mean, I didn't think he could be moved, but apparently he can.
Who took him?
Or maybe he moved.
Who took him?
What? All I had, well, they looked a little bit like you, but not really.
Mara,
Kind of.
Mara, where's your wolf?
Oh, I'll put the wolf out there. Pardon me.
Last time it was with
Wendy.
Monster Maker.
No, the wolf
No,
doesn't
the
go
wolf is
far
still
from Mara.
Wolf's still with me at the moment.
Yeah.
Wendy, do you know where Monster Maker is now?
No. I mean, I can feel him a little bit, and he's definitely unhappy, but I can't tell where he is. Though I can still feel him, so that's good.
those of us who have a connection with Monster Maker, do we also feel him?
You'd have to make a reality roll for that because
Okay.
you're not as tied in as she is.
There's a number of us who have this, so
Yep. You're looking for a 12. Well, there you go.
No problem there.
Yeah, you would say uncomfortable isn't the word. It's confused to the point of no longer processing information well. Is badly disoriented.
I know I should have taken a psionic.
well, in terms of the remaining power brokers within this area who actually know about this creature, I think we're down to that strange creature from Orosh and Count Elliottsweir.
I mean, Sister Evangeline is also connected, but
You know that Sister Evangeline is looking for something, but you're pretty sure they haven't found anything because they keep stumbling upon Storm Knight opposition that keeps interrupting their Hearts and Mind campaign. So they keep moving backwards. So you think Count Elliottsweir and Mr. Asura may be the only two people who would definitely know about this guy.
And we agreed that that at least those two guys we have here who are of different faiths wanted to make a sermon.
True, but
Yes.
I think our pressing concern at the moment
Yes, that's
has
true.
to be Monster Maker.
yeah. I'm trying to think how we find where he's been
Well,
taken.
The Count does rather owe us, I think.
This is true. You did remove the curse.
We may not know it yet, but we should perhaps press our suit.
Is Harumi with them yet?
Yes,
or
at this
am I-
point, Harumi we'll assume that during the celebration you wandered in and you've reported back to the Scots and said, yes, unfortunately, there's something around battalion strength wandering out there in the jungle, headed this way.
Problems seem to be
Yeah, I let everybody here know there's a legion of Red Jaw warriors out in the jungle. So what have I missed?
a creature that can shape reality by its will.
Coconut trees.
Breaking
creature
of a
that can
curse.
create a creature that can create world laws and create cosms and
Monsters.
monsters, and that may have just been taken against its will by some other force that's trying to make it make more evil monsters.
Or
Totally.
worse.
Also, you missed a parade that intervened with Cyber Papacy's plans.
Yes,
Which
Evangeline does not like us very much.
No.
so
Yeah, basically, the Storm Knights have completely knocked the wheels off of the Cyber Papacy's operation without really having to attack them directly. They're just embarrassed, discredited, and kind of out of options. So that was they've been painted into a corner.
And not to forget the attack of little scribbly, squiggly metallic things that wanted to insert itself into my neck.
Yes, there's some Tharkoldu presence here that hadn't been here originally. So now the gang's all here in town.
yes, the Kanawa drones as well. But
Yeah.
what's our next?
Okay.
Full on? Yeah, so quite a lot. Thanks for bringing the extra news.
I thought that was the worst of it.
Not
Sadly
really.
not.
I think we
Maybe it's on par.
I think we need to find Monster Maker with some
I agree.
urgency. Bernard, Wendy, do you think if you were to move around that you might have a sense of direction or try and be able to follow where Monster Maker is at all?
I'm not even supposed to be out of my house. Mom doesn't want me wandering around anymore. She says it's too
Could try.
dangerous.
I could try, but I only have a weird feeling and not some sense of direction also.
Do we know where this thing was?
We spoke with it
Yes.
underground.
There's an underground complex being mined as we speak, just sort of as it reshapes Earth underneath Coos Bay. An entire sort of underground place.
And
There might be tracks from whoever kidnapped or monster napped it.
You can go back underground. You could talk to Count Elliot Swear, since presumably you'd not be able to see him. You could try to go find Mr. Asura. Those seem to be your three best leads at the moment.
My vote is with Count Elliot Swear because we
Yep.
have some leverage.
Yep. He's been rather friendly as far as it goes.
Sounds good.
So you're going to head out to the Elven Enclave?
Yep.
Is everyone
Wow.
cool with that?
Yeah. Go take your truck that you're owed. Wander out. All right.
We've made lots of friends here.
On the way over there, it occurs to me that if everybody who's had contact with Monster Maker can kind of telepathically converse, because that's been a thing. I'm actually going to try to reach out with my mind and talk to Asura and see if I can.
Okay. Go ahead and make a reality test.
7. No, nobody's. picking up.
Yeah, there's.
Oh wait,
but-
wait. Sorry, I rolled persuasion, but that can't be. That would be a 13 with that roll. Sorry.
By the way,
All right.
do we have cards?
So you got 13.
By the way, do we have cards? Or do we get cards?
I suppose I should give the Storm Knight's card.
Might help.
Just because.
Just because it's Torg.
Yeah.
Harumi is going to approach Mara very seriously and ask if she can pet the dog.
Yes, he's friendly enough.
You don't have any crisps, do you? Just warning you.
Don't. He's very good at convincing people to feed him things he shouldn't eat. That's my only warning. Crisps maybe aren't so good for him.
So the wolf. How do I put this? The wolf does a thorough inspection of Harumi. I mean, thorough. It's like sniffing everywhere, trying to lick behind the knee, just any possible. It's like you have an essence about you that is really, really, really interesting to the wolf at this point. And then it kind of looks at you. No, she's going full bore on the samurai. Absolutely, that's not normal behavior for your wolf.
Not normally. No. Does it seem like Scott is like? Can I tell what the dominant emotion or thought behind it is, or like, is there any clues as to what she's looking for?
Go ahead and make a find. You have a +4 because it's about your wolf, and you have a pretty familiar knowledge of the wolf. See if you can figure out what this behavior means.
Okay.
Oh,
You've seen him do this around things that you'd say sort of leak magic, where something's wrong, off balance. So sometimes your wolf will sniff around hard points that are decaying. Seems to be very, very sensitive to mystical energy sort of being given off, and apparently Harumi's leaking somehow.
seems, I mean, I don't know for sure, but the only times Scott has behaved like this before has been when they've been able to sense like energy or magic of some sort that's behaving in an odd way.
Magic.
Or reality or physical energy of some sort.
Possibly a residual effect of having been used as a template for a demon?
Possibly.
Can't remember if she knows about that.
We encountered another demon that had been patterned in a similar way, so I think I did get told.
Yeah.
How many?
Harumi.
How many demon spawns?
Well, that's
did
right.
we
Harumi wasn't
experience?
around when you had the conversation with Mr. Sura and then Monster Maker. They explained that. So Wendy has had connections with Monster Maker, and basically Wendy thinks, well, if Storm Knight is good, then a monster Storm Knight must be even stronger. So Monster Maker tried to make monster Storm Knights to help protect the town, just semi-successfully.
Let's recapitulate. How many Storm Knight demons did we encounter?
2
Was
so
it
far.
everybody? 2 so far, yeah.
2.
It's been
What was the other
that,
one?
that's Demon Ninja, or Demon Samurai.
Yep. So you have your 3 options, unless you want to invent a 4th.
I think we should start with Elliot Sphere, especially given what Wendy's just told us.
Oh yeah, this was just on the way there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you are driving out there, even though it's night. You can know you're being watched by Adianos who aren't from the Blue Lake tribe. But they're not doing anything. They're letting you drive up straight to the wall of the enclave. Elven archers wave you in. You park next to Ambassador Scott's vehicle. So, there's only 2 vehicles, plenty of parking. Wander on in. Are you just so when you get to the guards at the front, are you just asking to see the count?
I mean, to be honest, I think we might want to ask to see Ambassador Schwana first, just to see if anything unusual has happened here.
She's still up because she doesn't matter if you're in a aisle. You still have core Earth paperwork to do. So she's doing core Earth paperwork. So she looks glad for the interruption. Like, oh, Mara and friends.
Yes, let
Hello.
me introduce you. Mara will go around and sort of briefly introduce people. Have you all met Ambassador Schwana before?
Briefly, we met at Rosie's during the initial debrief, but it's been an eventful time since then, I understand.
I think
It
it's better.
has.
So what can I help you with?
Well, we're investigating a bit of a disappearance at the moment, and I was wondering if you had noticed anything odd recently about the Count.
Well, he's locked himself in his research tower. That counts.
Do I happen to know where this research tower is?
Oh yeah, it's quite visible. They're not trying to hide it. It's the one up against that big tree over there. And you've only been gone like 5 days, and the tree next to the research tower is probably 40% bigger than it was.
That's a living land for you.
Yes, a living land doing its stuff. Yes, he speaks to the door, but he hasn't requested anything or come out. And when you compare notes, he started doing this right after you guys completed the ritual that removed the curse. But so perhaps it would be good if you went to talk to him, just to make sure he's not unwell.
He's trying to get a new curse.
I don't know. I don't know what the Count's trying to do anymore. I used to have an idea.
You used to have? What was he up to?
Oh, using the spiritual power of the living land to accelerate the growth of the ancestor tree so that he could basically take seeds to go back and transplant them where Uthorian had taken his land. And they would be more mature, better able to resist the forces of darkness. So he's just experimenting with that because it's spirit, living land spirit is second to none.
What happens to the ancestor trees if they're not treated that way?
They, according to the Count, the forces of darkness claim them, and a few of them have even become nightmare trees.
Okay. Are any of them becoming dim threat trees?
In what?
Are any of them becoming dim threat trees?
I don't know. I haven't. I admit I don't follow the tree discussion as well as I probably should have. The count is very passionate, and I need to fill out reports. So.
Reality botanics is very weird.
Yeah. So anything else you're curious about? The Dinos have left us alone completely. They used to kept probing. They don't seem to care anymore.
Okay.
We had some Nile Empire survivors come this way. Apparently, the archaeological dig northwest of here got ambushed in a pretty big way. So a few of them went south. Most of them went east. That dig got shut down.
Was it ambushed by a Dinos?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought it meant our ambush.
Oh, no. Yeah. So, trouble is brewing.
Mm-hmm.
Does sound like it, and it sounds like we don't have a lot of time to do something about it.
Well, the only thing I've got is I've gotten some chatter back from the boats coming from San Francisco. Whatever you guys are doing here is making things not go well for many of our enemies. So
that's what Storm Knights are for.
It may just be you've kicked over a hornet's nest and now they're buzzing, but I'm not sure they've gotten a coherent threat together yet. I think Baraka is trying. I think he has decided that this Coos Bay thing is more than an annoyance. It has to be eliminated.
You are aware there's a battalion of Red Jaws out in the jungle right now, surrounding the area?
May I suggest in the future you not bury the lead? No, I hadn't heard that yet. That's disturbing. Okay, so I take that back. Apparently one of our opponents has organized and decided to do something about this situation. Great. Well, that'll change my dispatches. Thank you for letting me know now. But still, they're not probing. Maybe he's pulling everything away from everywhere to try to concentrate on Coos Bay. I don't know. I don't understand what he's doing. It's like somebody has the Red Jaws on a leash that I just don't understand. But
could we get some weapons in and do that in Glorious 7 style?
Well, if you want to go try to take out a battalion of Adianos,
not alone.
I'm really good at writing epitaphs. So if you want me to exercise that skill,
people at Coos Bay are very, very good at defending themselves.
We'll have to warn the town. Probably it's the next order of business after we speak to the Count.
I believe Harumi. I said Harumi has briefed the Scots, who are sort of the official head of town.
Yes.
So they'll be organizing a defense because that was what she was doing out there, was scouting, and she came up with A+ scouting report. Why, yes, there's a boatload out of them here, and here. So yes, she did a bang up job scouting. Now Coos Bay is scared. So there you go.
It's scared. That's good.
In that case, I suppose we should try and have
better scared than sorry.
Small conversation with the Count.
I think we should.
Should we
All
have
right.
a Cosm card?
Not yet, because those occur when you. The way I decided to keep myself sane, since you're drifting through so many cosms, is if you take a look at that 300-mile triangle, almost everything around here is living land. When you wander out into the living land for a reasonably extended period of time, I'll give you a cosm card.
Yep.
Cool.
But the other ones are like little, droplets of other realities. And I just didn't want to say, oh, wait, they moved. They went from the cafe to the docks. Switch cosm cards. I thought that would be the path to madness on my part. So you're going to go see the Count? So the guards let you up the stairs towards the tower. And the tower's gotten a little larger too. I mean, not a whole lot, but it used to be about 30 feet tall. Now maybe it's 40 feet tall. So apparently it's attached to the tree in some significant manner. And you're at the door. It's got lovely filigreed, some green metal that you've never really identified. And you can rap on the knocker.
I touched that green metal. Maybe it will have some effect like the effect I had touching that metal on the wall.
All right. Well, then why don't you go right ahead and make a strength roll.
Strength roll, okay.
Classic player
Strength roll.
character. What is it? I don't know. I touched
I
it.
don't. Just try to survive it. Yep. And
So-
it's only a 6.
So you got 5 Storm Knights standing by the door, and then there's a noise, and 4 Knights are standing by the door, and the Realm Runner is doing a beautiful, parabolic curve down the stairs. Thump.
What happened?
You triggered some defense, and it decided you weren't supposed to be there.
Oh shit!
And you're because of the. It was
I'm
reacting
fine.
to. It was reacting to the metal you touched. It wasn't reacting to you. It's reacting to your contact with the metal. It just went nope. Want no
I'm
part of
crying
that.
I'm crying from down below. No problem. I'm fine.
So you hear through the door, may I help you?
Kind of look over at Mara.
She's our diplomat. She's an elf.
Yeah, well, I'm not a diplomat, but what exactly do I know about Elliot Sphere's personality at all? Previous encounters.
He's an introvert, moody when his research isn't going well, level-headed otherwise.
She will respond after a second. This is Mara. Actually, we're rather hoping that we might be able to help you. If we could have a word.
Do you mean an audience?
If your research permits giving us the time, we would most appreciate it.
I suppose it has to be done, and you're more likely to work with this than some of the others. All right. I'll order the door open in just a second.
Mara is glancing back at Severin, going, "This is a little strange, but..."
Whee. And he lets you in. Whee. There he is. That's Count Iliatsweer.
Not what I was expecting.
It is.
Oh. Okay.
I have. There is a definite Severin, Father Severin. The hand goes to the cyber crucifix quite unconsciously at that moment.
And so
Just
he
instinctive.
makes a full bow and ushers you in. And as soon as you're in, he shuts the door to block the line of sight to the outside. It's like, so, what can I do for you? Well, thank you for visiting. I appreciate it. It's been a wonderful chat.
I was about to say we fixed your face, but I'm not so sure now.
You removed the curse. Overall, that is probably a good thing. This is a temporary setback. I do appreciate that. Then I renounce my churlishness. I should have been more generous. Yes, thank you. That was a great deed you did.
You're a Sakodu?
I have been a lot of things. Currently, I am a Tharkaldu. I was Count Elliottsweir, a member of the Army of Light. And before that, I was a member of the Council. When we made our bad deal, I objected to the deal. And along with the information on the Akashans, I was given to the Gaunt Man. Since then, I have been many things for many people, but always in his employ. Until recently. He's disappeared. I don't know how. I don't know for how long. But I am going to take every advantage.
To recap, the Gauntman is gone. You made a deal with the Akashans. Someone made a deal with the Gauntman and the Akashans.
It's known. It's way back in Elven history. The elves sold out the Akashans in order for the Gaunt Man to leave them alone.
I believe my Realm Runner doesn't have the information of that.
Yeah, so that's just general history, and it's one of the things the elves have tried to be.
Yeah, secretive.
No, they are trying to make amends. That's one of the reasons they've been such staunch supporters of light. Why they've opened up diplomatic negotiations with all the other realms, and they're really working to because that was a short-term benefit for a millennia of pain.
Mm-hmm.
So they're definitely trying to do the right thing. But this guy apparently was sold down the river 1,400 years ago or whatever.
I'm not sure if the word Akashan even rings a bell with me.
Yeah, they probably wouldn't.
My Lord Count, we are attempting to stop something falling into the hands of Lord Asura, an Oroshian horror of some sort. We were rather hoping that you might be able to aid us in some way. It would seem that your interests align.
It's possible. I'm okay. I don't want to bore you, and I know that research bores people. But I think I am trying to answer questions that would help you answer your question. I don't know who has this Cosm source right now, because it's very, very hard to, I don't want to say read, but the motives and the size, all those sorts of things. But I can get you its location if you want me to direct you there.
Look at the others, but Severin is nodding.
That would be very helpful.
Okay. But just know. All right. So he wants to tell you so badly, but he says, all right, it might be helpful to you. But so he looks at Moonwalker. The places of wonder that you have in the living land. Have you ever thought about them much?
Only when I've needed to survive them.
All right. Well, I just became fascinated with how so many different types of reality could be perfectly preserved. That seemed odd. How many different world laws could be stuffed into other locations, sprinkled around like diamonds in the living land. And I began to posit that the one responsible probably isn't exactly native to the living land and is familiar with many realities. I suspect Lanala is a pancosm being. And I think she is doing this, whatever it is she is doing with Monster Maker, as a way of inviting another pancosm being that I suspect exists in Pan Pacifica.
The
But I
day
can't
of thunderous
prove-
revelation.
And I think it's not a coincidence that this is happening while the Gaunt Man is gone. I don't think their intentions necessarily align with ours, but they certainly aren't adversarial to ours. So I think they're trying to change the game up in some way, but I don't know how.
What does pancosm being mean?
It exists in multiple cosms at the same time.
A new layer of metaphysics to get one's head around.
Yeah.
The being in Pan Pacifica, I mean, Lanala, gesture of Moonwalker, is somewhat known to us by proxy and obviously by Moonwalker here, but this other force?
It's only, again, this is only theoretical, but there are too many things about Pan Pacifica. And this is stuff, Harumi might have heard of some of this, but it's not well known. Pan Pacifica has this thing called the law of assimilation, and it allows world laws to be interchanged and mixed and matched, both for individuals and for areas. So again, it's sort of a higher level expertise than one would associate with a single cosm, because how can you keep doing this without causing contradiction? How can you? That's not a technique that is known to even the High Lords. You can't meld realities together like that. And Pan Pacific is doing it. And we see evidence that Lanala is doing something similar. I can't believe it's a coincidence. And I can't believe that it's happening here on Core Earth, which is probably the only place that has enough possibility energy to sustain this kind of activity. I suspect that's why the High Lords aren't reacting to it, as they've never seen it before. This might be the first time it's happened anywhere. So I brought in the only person I knew who could help me with the research. So, Baroness Nakshnaya Savecha, who is of a different style of reality than ours. And so she wanders out from another room, curtsies,
Oops.
says, I don't think there's much I can help them with directly, but just like, yes, there's a change in reality. Reality is becoming more varied. The High Lords have worked very hard on making sure that everything works a particular way, no matter what cosm you're in, and that pattern seems to be breaking. We don't know what it means, but we suspect it's not good for the High Lords, and therefore probably not bad for us.
Is this Pan Pacifica World Law of Acceptance, or how's it called? Is this also a part of this variation? Because I haven't heard of it yet.
No, it's been part of Pan Pacifica for at least, I believe, 2 cosms now.
Okay.
But it
says Greg, depending on what comes out in the future Pan Pacifica source book, but it should be 2 cosms.
But yes, I understand your theorem, but its very existence, the fact that it operates in the way that it does, means that our horizons must expand from both the global from cross cosms to this notion of things that straddle cosms and can thus manipulate reality at that level. I might just need to sit down for a moment. Does anybody have
But-
Are
some tea?
we
Yes.
forgetting that this person said that he was a servant of the Gaunt Man?
And so
Does that not imply he has been corrupted?
he looks over and he says, I am. And once that corruption hits, I will again be a loyal servant. But the key thing is, corruption more or less stops when the gaunt man isn't around, which is how I knew he was absent.
So
You better
everybody.
believe. Go ahead.
Sorry, pardon. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Go on, please.
So I'm not sure Monster Making was taken, but there's definitely reason for concern. My trees can feel it. There's something going on. So I can point you his location. If you can help him, that's probably beneficial. And find out how strong his imprint is to this girl. Because I can't be the only one who gets frightened of the idea of an 8-year-old High Lord of Earth.
Could be.
I mean,
How do you
yes.
know all of this?
I was a reality researcher for the Gaunt Man. I've been doing this for 150 years, since whenever your novel Frankenstein was written. That's what brought this world to Gottman's attention when I was first inserted here.
Seems a rather peculiarly specific event.
He has his reasons, but it actually was quite significant. It indicated something to us that doesn't happen often, we'll just say.
Well, that's the birth of a particular genre of fiction, I suppose. Harumi, your point is well taken, but I think it is clear that in the Gortman's absence, there's a window to fight back that Count Eliasware has taken. I mean, I understand this as well. Gestures at the cyberware.
Yeah. I will no doubt be reassigned to Tharcold once.
But it also means that everybody who's got corruption realizes the Gauntman is gone, and maybe they're going to fight over scraps.
You see the smile on him? You can see, oh yeah, he's still a demon. Oh, the nightmares are having quite a time in Arosh right now.
A nightmare ball.
I suggest that, reality-shaking revelations aside, that we proceed with haste to this location then.
Yep.
Where do you think this Cosm source is?
So, it says, I can do you one slightly better. The trees have rooted quite a ways out, about 12 kilometers. Every time you come to a branch, there will be a set of roots you ought to be able to feel that are stronger with this force. Just keep following the plants, and they'll lead you there. Because that way, I suspect he's moving. I don't think he's in precisely one location. But this will allow you to track him down. And I suppose... So he just looks at Mara. So what do you advise? Do I stay in the tower, or do I go meet my people?
No. Maybe he could help defend Clues Bay.
I am more worried about being torn apart by the elves who aren't a friend to darkness, as Mara will definitely attest to.
But if you help defend Clues Bay against the upcoming Edinas, maybe they will look more favorably on you.
So he just looks at you. Okay, Coos Bay. From the gates of the city to the center of Coos Bay, 11 kilometers. From here to the gates, 1.1 kilometers. That's the stretch I'm worried about.
I think, Mara, I don't know what you think about this, but I actually think that the answer lies with a piece of equipment that Sister Evangeline has. We were ambushed by a hard light screen, an image, essentially a hologram, I think is the term that you should understand looking the way you do. So I would assume that she's got image-inducing and hologram technology. I think you need to send someone or acquire a piece of that technology, and thus then you could appear as you wished.
Can't you fly?
Higher
Yes.
than an elfin arrow?
Yeah, more to the point, faster than an elven arrow. That's a little more questionable.
Yeah, Mara's probably looking a little bit dubious on that one.
Well, you don't have to give me an answer now, but I will stay in here until you give me your best advice. I don't think they're going to appreciate the shape of their count.
It is a difficult question. Everyone has a good thought there. I don't know enough
He's
about how
been
that
cursed.
technology works.
He's been cursed. Maybe part of the curse that we couldn't remove was a shape change.
No,
No, he basically told you that the Gaunt Man loves to do this with the servants he likes to torment.
Yeah.
He's done it with Cursed.
No,
He's done it with
But that's what we could tell the elves.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you could try to bluff.
Yep.
A few hundred elves.
Okay.
Put it that way.
I feel
Could
that
work,
technological solution may be the option here. I mean,
That's true, because he currently can support holotech. He even has energy sources for it. So,
I mean, he could
well,
just
if
sit
you
pretty in the
should be able
tower.
to acquire that and bring it back, then I will go among the people again. Until then, I think it's best that I do not.
well, I need to acquire some parts for Cyberdeck anyway, so. But it's lower down the list than many other things.
Good thing
Didn't
you
you-
pissed off
didn't
the
you
only person
salvage?
in 2,000 miles with that.
We'll just have to take it.
Didn't you salvage the parts we put on to the werewolf?
No, the
sorry, the
deal
werewolf?
was that Cyberdeck went in order to
Okay.
Yeah.
dress up the Adinos, so it
Dinos.
out.
It wasn't a dinos.
That's
yeah.
a fair consequence. Let us follow the plants.
All right. So, goes down to the bottom, opens up the stairs to the basement, and he says, you remember the language of knots, talking to Mara? And you do. It's a simple elven code that they do. They'll twist parts like small branches and stuff to indicate signs to other elves who go by. It's one of the old hunters' tricks. He says, that's how they communicate to us. And he draws a symbol in the air. He says, that's their symbol for Monster Maker. Keep looking for that. You should have very little problem finding him.
Thank you. See what we can do.
Woohoo. Go,
Did
go.
we see a quick question, not in character? Did we see any evidence of this Baroness that he kept talking about as his research assistant at all?
Did you see any evidence?
Yeah. Do we know anything about this person, or does Mara remember anything? Or
There have been Delphi Council briefings that they found a new cosm source in Scandinavia that wasn't a darkness device, and it was somehow connected with this Baroness, who has a different set of possibility abilities than Storm Knights do. Storm Knights have the same two. All Storm Knights have the same two. She had a different two.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, they've noticed her, but she's resisting the Delphi's Council's request for researching how she's done this, as she suspects that's painful. So she maintains a small independent barony in the middle of Euthorian's land.
is
that's what you
exceedingly
know
strange.
of her.
All right, Mara will wait
Are
until
you-
we're out of earshot of.
Okay. Are you talking to the Baroness at all? I mean, she is there. In case there are any questions you have directly for her. All right, cool.
If we
Nah.
I'm not talking.
I wanted to ask, are the events of When Cosmos to Light known to us?
There'd be Delphi briefings of it, yes. At this point, they try to keep Storm Knights abreast of strategic changes.
Has anybody here read When Cosms Collide? Because I didn't. I want to play it sometime.
Well, don't worry about it. I haven't given it away exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, the core elements here is that we have learned that there are things other than darkness devices, that there's now pan-cosm beings, so it's like mind blown.
There's like the pan-cosm beings is still just a theory, but he's trying to figure out, there has to be some reasonable explanation for why you can just stand up reality A, B, C, D, E in concert together. And the only way you can think of it is something that can bridge and collect realities and absorb it in some other way. He doesn't know how that's done. But his evidence is that, Naga's been doing it since day one in the Living Land. And now they're seeing that the Pan-Pacifica has some ability to make contradictory elements of reality lie down together. So he's just trying to figure out what gives. So that's his theory, is that it's a pan-cosm source.
Right. Well, I suppose we should follow these trees and see if we can find Monster Maker, and Mara will hold the rest of the things she wants to say until we are out of earshot of Elliot's Fair.
So you go down, you'll enter the tunnel complex, about 50 meters in the tunnel complex. You're way out of earshot, so go ahead.
Okay, that was not at all what I was expecting.
We now doing the bidding of demons.
We've done stranger things. We even had small talk with a demon.
Believe
Okay,
you
it
me,
was some under pressure, but it was small talk.
I am absolutely in agreement with you on many aspects. Demons are not things that we wish to deal with. However, the powers we've seen evidenced by this cosm source outweigh that concern in my mind. This creature, it is simple-minded is not the right word, but it is naive. And its power is immense. It can reshape tunnels at whim. It can create passages through the earth. It says it can create world laws, and yet it communicates with a child and does its bidding. To have it fall into the hands of a nightmare, or even worse, a High Lord, place us in this position where, yes, that was a demon. Yes, we have had a conversation with them, and now we need to do this, fight this greater evil.
I just expect betrayal.
It'll be fine. You can let the High Lord have this. Won't be a problem.
Well, you and I both. I cannot bring myself to entirely trust the person we just spoke with.
Neither can I.
But it's the best lead we have right now.
Yeah.
It's the lead we have at the moment.
And I won't, not trying to fool you or anything. Just being around him does feel creepy.
Mm-hmm.
So you figure at absolute best, whatever trust you can have with him disappears the instant the Gotman returns.
Probably the instant he decides it's no longer expedient. Yeah. Certainly.
The monster maker, this cosm source, was terrified of both Count and whatever the Count was in contact with.
Yep.
Which one might infer could be either the Gaunt Man himself, or possibly even this Baroness.
All right. And you're having
everything.
We should certainly watch our backs.
Yeah, you're having a lovely chat when a few dozen bullets whiz by your ear.
Oh.
I thought things were going too well.
From farther down the tunnel, and you hear a gentle whirring noise, and you just catch a glimpse of some sort of floating robotic contraption.
Ah, Pan-Pacifica's back.
Yeah. So Harumi, would you mind making a mind roll for me?
Not bad.
So what'd you get?
Are you still wounded?
Oh wow.
Oh yeah. I guess
you're not wounded.
I'm probably not wounded anymore.
Yeah, no, you're fine. Yeah. Just from the profile alone, you have heard of these in the. You don't know if they're official designation is, but they're called Stormer Killers. There aren't that many.
Oh, good.
There aren't that many around because you've got to basically deconstruct an eternity shard to make a handful. But they are built to kill possibility rated beings.
Ouch.
Surprise! And they go first, but they missed you on the first round.
What do they look like?
They're giant floating robot. They're wow. They are a kind of like a D8, but rounded off. And they have these two, like, flagellum or tentacles or something that trail, and two large gun mounts.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
And they're probably about twice the size you are.
How far away are they?
They fired from 50 meters.
Okay.
And what sort of light is there down in this cavern? Can we see it all? Well,
yeah, it's pretty decent. It's it's not even dim down here. Because again, you get that weird thing of, hey, look, somebody strung lights. Why would they do that? But they have. So what would the heroes like to do?
I will hold the cyber crucifix up, and with a slight glow of purple light, I delight to do thy will, yet thy law is within my heart. I'm going to bless everyone and boost Dex.
All right.
That's good. That's very good.
Reasonable idea. Okay.
+1?
That's a plus. That's a
+2.
That's +2. No, it's +1 for 1 minute.
Ah, okay.
+1 to Dex for everybody.
Thank you very much.
I will go ahead and cast Strike on probably, let's see, who's got a ranged weapon that can hit these things? I'm going to guess Baron does.
I've got a Glock.
Yeah.
It's not a big caliber.
I've got an SMG, but it's not very big.
They're within bow range. They're within Glock range. They're within a range of a lot of stuff.
Got it. Yeah, I've never given Baron a boost before this way, so let's try that. Oh
shit. I've got a fake shot. No, you can't.
Well, Strike is Spirit. Oh, Spirit 12, so that's above Core Earth if we're in Core Earth. I'm going to disconnect.
You're not in Core Earth. You're not in Core Earth. You're still in Eilish territory.
Oh, then I'm okay, because it's not a 1K sun.
All right.
At least you don't disconnect.
Yeah, you got a few hundred meters to go before you get to somewhere else.
Scuttlet is going to growl and try to intimidate one of them.
Okay,
Mara
go
wants
ahead.
him to do so.
All right, we'll roll on the White Wolf. Intimidate. Oops, come back here.
Does anyone want to go into melee?
Yeah, I won't be able to get into it this turn though.
You would think if it was possible to intimidate these things, that should have done it. They don't seem phased.
Okay. So then let me shoot first.
Yeah.
Before you go into melee.
Yeah, same.
I won't be able to make it this round anyway if they're that far away.
Yeah. I would, if I ran, I would get to it in this round, but I couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
So I shoot at one of these things.
Okay, I believe you're at -4.
-4?
You're 50 meters away. What's your range?
The range of my Glock, yeah, you're right, it's 40. That's bad, but okay.
It's pretty far.
Yeah, it's pretty far, but not far enough. I forgot the -4. Okay, no chance to hit anyway.
Right.
I spend a possibility, and I will take the -4 into account this time.
Okay.
But now I forgot the last roll.
Right. Yeah, so you wing some lead down the corridor and then don't get particularly close.
I got a 19 to be fair, but no, it's more. What did I roll? I don't understand how this is. How this is broken up. 10 plus this. I rolled a 1, so so it's with a possibility. So it's 11. It's 20. -4. It's 16.
Now hold on, because -4 is to the total. So
you're right.
You rolled a 9.
Sorry, I rolled a 9 and it's 5, and to my value of 10 is 15.
So you have, but if you did the possibility, it should add to the roll. So what? And your last roll was not 0. Your last roll was 9.
Yep,
You rolled a 1.
I rolled a 1 with a possibility, so it's an 11. That makes it a 20 with a roll.
Got it.
That
Okay,
makes
so it's 8. So you're +4. So what is your
It's a
fire
10.
combat?
Fire combat is 10.
Okay,
So
but then
18.
you did hit them, and it kind of goes kink.
Yep, that's what I thought.
So who's doing what next?
All right, I will try and shoot the same one with an arrow. I think based on the range of the bow, I am also at -4. If it's
Probably so.
But we will give it a go anyways. Well,
Wow.
I forgot to add the -4, but that's still an 18.
Yeah, that is still an 18. Would you like to spend a possibility just to try to really do damage to one of these things? Because they're pretty hefty. Yes, no, maybe.
Let's leave it at where it is for now.
Okay.
Is it like what level of success are we at the moment?
So against their dodge, so you're at. Oops! If I could scoot over here, I could tell you. Yeah, so you're at an outstanding result so far. Not quite a player's call. You're 5 points away from a player's call. But
So it's sorry, you said outstanding.
Outstanding, so you get 2 bonus dice.
Okay. Yeah, let's try that then.
All right.
24.
Wow.
Pretty good for a bow.
That is pretty good for a bow. That's like, all right. So am I going to take that? No, I'm not. I don't like that. That's an owie. You gave me an owie. All right. So I'll try to un-owie myself.
Is that what it says in these things programming is, oh no, owie?
Yeah, it does. It's, it's
And
got a very
protocols.
It's a very sophisticated AI it has. Ow, 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 run. Okay, so I get one of those wounds back, but I don't get the other one, so I am wounded. Ooh, I do not like you. Okay. Next.
Harumi's gonna run towards them and try to maneuver them.
Okay. Their maneuver is a 15.
15. Okay. All right. So she's just going to make her normal movement. So she's just moving 9 closer.
Okay.
So -2 because there's 2 of them. Well,
Yeah, that might
that's
just
probably
be one
not
to
worth even a possibility. Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably just leave that one alone. Okay. Who wants to go next?
I think that's everyone.
Okay.
Greg,
So
one thing. Remember last session where I had a Destiny card that it was a broken image and I couldn't tell what it was? It's happened to me
Right.
again.
No.
wow.
I posted a screenshot.
Okay.
I'll
I've
drop
never
it.
come across one that doesn't work, so I'm wondering if there's just I don't know. We'll take a look at it.
I don't know.
I
I'll
know
drop
who
it and see if anybody sees it appear.
You might be able to play it
I
on the
know
board.
who my
just did.
prime enemy is. So let's just do that.
It's burned, right?
So I'll draw a replacement.
All right. So what's your reality there, Mara?
9 is for reality.
Cool. Well, I'm gonna have to spend a possibility because I can't live with that roll. Okay. So something has changed and you don't like it.
Mhm.
You're not sure what. If you make a reality roll as one of your actions next turn with a DN12, you'll know what happened to you. But that's what it's done, and then it starts to leave.
We need to make a reality roll as an action.
Yeah. To figure out what happened to, but she can do it because nobody else knows what's been happening.
Oh, okay, only here. Only she.
Yeah, because nobody else saw anything happen
Yeah.
really.
Mhm.
And then the other one is just going to open fire at Harumi. It knows that it doesn't want you to get close. So, and you know this thing. One of them looks like a 20 millimeter cannon,
Yeah.
like single shot, armor piercing thing, and the other one looks like many rounds.
Ouch.
That's why I was hoping to very stymie them. But
Because
I think we should all try to get in close combat with these things.
okay, so that's an 18. What's your dodge there, Harumi?
12.
Okay. I think I'll accept that. So yeah, it fires 50 bullets at you, and a few of them hit.
It draws a shape around him.
Yeah. So 20,
Oh,
27? Wow. That's a lot of rolling on that one bonus die.
Oh my god.
So what's your toughness?
13.
Oh, cool. So that's one away from 3 wounds, but it's still 2 wounds and 6 shock.
I feel that's worth so.
Yeah, it probably is. Yeah, but these things, you're guessing what they're going to do is just move, keep out of range, and snipe at you guys.
And they're faster than us, aren't they? By the looks of it.
They're at least close enough that, if they do this bounding Overwatch thing where one runs, like one just did.
Okay. So there go 2 possibilities. But that's a good success.
Which gets rid of
So you
2
said it was gonna do
wounds.
2 wounds?
Yep.
Okay.
Get rid of it all. They're soaking away those possibilities. They know they're limited. All right, then that's their go. Woohoo! You spot a weakness.
Yeah.
Oh.
Stymied.
Woo-wee. Fun. Back over here. Villains are stymied. Well, all right, so we're stymied. Here's what we'll do. All right.
Okay. If anyone wants to shoot them, they should go first because I want to.
Yeah, but they're going first.
To go into melee with them.
This is standard, right? They're going first.
They're going first. And I am shooting at... I'm 2. All right. Yeah. This could be brutal. So what is your dodge?
Who?
Mara?
My dodge is currently 13.
Okay. So now I've got a +4 to add to that, so I can try one more time. Here we go. Okay, 17, so that's a hit.
Yep.
And you don't even see what shot at you. You're not sure how it did this. It's some filthy, dirty robot trick. Okay.
I mean, so basically, this fight is getting weird. Yes, in that there was some. One of them shoots, misses, and then something weird happens, and Mara gets hit.
Yep.
Okay.
You are correct.
Like expensive possibility?
Nope. It's done something that is really, really making things ugly. Okay, that's 19 points of damage to you, Mara.
Her toughness is 8.
All right. Well, that would be 3 wounds.
Yeah, so that would be
3 wounds and 8 shock. 3 wounds and 6 shock, sorry.
2 and 6, I would think. Yeah. Can I try and soak?
You absolutely may. I would recommend it.
It's all a dream.
Oh, no.
Well, that doesn't go well.
Do you want to trade a second chance?
Sure.
I'll put it in the middle.
Sure, I've got a drama in my
Oh,
moment,
of course.
so you're welcome to it.
I'd gladly take it.
All right, so I will play the second chance and try that again.
Please do better.
No.
Nope. Roll20 does not like me today.
Not another one.
Yeah, my players had dice lice all today.
God.
That is pretty sad. All right.
That was one waste of a card.
All right, so you are at -3. You have 3 wounds. You're 1 from being sent into defeat.
Hang on, I thought you said 2. 2 wounds, 6 shock?
Yes, it was 3 wounds, 6 shock. Because they did an outstanding result on you.
Okay.
A 19,
11 over, right?
19
11
damage over 8 toughness.
Right, so that's outstanding.
Yeah, so
you're right. So it's 2 wounds, 4 shock. Sorry,
Wait.
that's better. I feel better. I won't accidentally kill you. All right.
At least you don't have to worry about disconnecting.
But yeah, at any rate.
Yeah, but she's in Eyelash territory, so she won't. All right, so
if I may, I will play my flurry card. Lean over towards Mara. Have mercy upon me, O Lord, for I am weak. O Lord, heal me, for my bones are vexed, and I am going to cast heal.
Go, go, go.
Yeah.
I appreciate the research you've done into
Thank you.
things to quote.
Yes, it's been fun.
I think we are a bit up against it here.
Wow.
Oh man.
Did I mention that Stormer killers make sure Storm Knights roll no more than 9? That's their
Would have
primary
been,
power.
Clearly.
They do not only change the rules of reality, they change the rules
Okay.
of roles.
With a possibility, I'm going to make that. So
right.
I am going to spend a possibility because crikey. So there we go.
That's
okay, so that's yeah, that's an outstanding success. So your 2 wounds instantly heal up with a neon glow.
Woohoo!
Thank you very much.
I will attempt to cast Strike again. This time on
Okay.
Mara's bow because I understand what a bow is and I'm not dealing with Baron's loud.
And you just had
Yeah.
visual confirmation that her arrows do hurt these things.
That too.
Which is why they hurt her back. Hey, that's not fair. You're shooting us.
Well, okay, 10 is a success.
So that's a +1.
I'm trying to think if I want that's +1 damage. Do I want to do more? You know what? We'll leave it at that. +1 damage.
Okay.
I feel like I'm going to need my possibilities for something else in this fight.
All right. Next.
When everybody has done something, I'm gonna go into.
No, Mara hasn't done anything.
Okay.
I don't think Harumi did anything this round.
No, I mean, I'm going to try to get into melee.
Okay,
Okay,
so you're
in
gonna-
that case, let's get the wolf to try and maneuver them, and then I will try and shoot one of them.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, come on, maneuver. I am clicking. I continue to click.
So now, like 12 of them are going to come.
I know. I won't take the one where I rolled 30. Yeah. Sure. Yay! Oh, but yeah, it doesn't do anything. So he chases after them, and they just continue to float above him serenely.
All right.
Doesn't even have maneuver.
Well, let's try and shoot these things.
They have maneuver. Yes, they absolutely have maneuver. Some other stuff they don't.
No, I
have.
mean the
The
white
wolf
wolf.
is unskilled.
Yeah, yes.
According to
It has intimidate and it's got maneuver and unarmed combat, among other things.
All right. Well, I will simply try shooting one of these again. Probably the one that I already hurt.
May I be a persnickety GM and ask that you also maybe multi-action do a reality test? Maybe.
Yes, that probably sounds like a good idea. Try and work out what's going on. So I'm just shooting one of them. So that's -2, unless what sort of range are they at the moment?
Well, this one drifted a little bit closer, so you're at -2.
Okay, so net -4.
Yeah.
Currently, that's at an 11.
And you need a 12 to hit.
Okay.
It may not be worth boosting it, given you're getting short, because they have a lot of armor. You hit them really hard last time. It's going to be hard to duplicate that unless the dice are suddenly kind to you. But hey, I should shut up because now she'll roll a 39.
Let's try boosting it. Let's see what this hat does. Oh yeah, let's.
Gotta have faith.
I also want to know enough about reality to know what's going on. So let's roll with 13. That is an 18.
Okay, that means you get a bonus die to your damage.
I have a coup de grace card out specifically for that if you want to trade.
I don't have anything to trade at the moment because second chance happened last time. But let's see how this goes. I have a little bit of a bonus for Moonwalker as well at the moment.
Yeah.
That's only 18 damage at the moment.
+1 for the 19, or did you add that in there?
That's already in there.
Okay.
Need to make your bow a trademark weapon.
All right. I think I have to suck that up, though, because I don't have that many possibilities left. So I take a wound. Okay, cool. Anybody else? Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. And on your reality test, You're not quite sure how they do this? This thing has put a dim thread inside you and is just pumping bullets down the dim thread.
Ugh.
Bypassing armor, it doesn't need line of sight, it's just dropping stuff in. It can be 12 miles away and hit you. Which is why it ran.
I need that weapon.
Mary is going to communicate this to the rest of the group and say they're creating dim threads somehow so that it can hit us from wherever they are.
Wow, that's cool.
What a great way to die.
I don't suppose I have any idea how they created this or how to break it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a reality technique. So you're going to do an opposed reality test on a turn where it's the only thing you do. It's going to roll. You're going to roll. Somebody's going to win. And if you win, it then at least has to come back and get line of sight on you to dim thread. Right now, it's doing the let's kill her from 12 miles away strategy, which is effective if you can't,
How fast
rid of
are
the
these
dim
things
thread.
moving?
They move it at 12.
Yikes.
Okay, so I could just about keep up. But yeah, Mara will yell this to people and then close in the distance at least a little bit.
Yep.
She's not getting into melee, but she wants to be close enough that they're not going to disappear instantly.
It's time for melee.
One you can't see because it just went full speed down the corridor and then pumps a bullet down the thing, it's got a heck of an advantage pumping it down that dim thread. It's really hard to miss you. So, but the other one, is still laying around trying to kill you guys with remarkably no effect.
Let me go before
Okay.
burned. I'm just going to run up to the closest one.
All right. There's only one
not
there.
Quite get in. Yeah, so not quite get into melee range. Just slightly off from that. But I'm just going to do a maneuver against that one, and I'm going to spend my flurry so I get an action again later.
Okay.
Actually, how close was it?
If you can close this time to get to within 8 meters.
Okay, I mean without taking the negative, or with taking a negative for moving further.
Without taking a negative. That's your normal move.
Jesus. Yeah, I guess I'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
Yep. I'm basically doing the same. I try to close up to the next of them. I can walk 25 meters. No, more because I have been boosted. No, I can run 27 meters. So I'm running 27 meters and trying to do a maneuver. So it's a -2, I believe.
Yep.
And I'll do it with maneuver. I'm very bad at maneuver.
They do have a 15 in it.
Yeah, they're pretty good at maneuver.
Why isn't any? Now it's happening.
Okay.
Yeah. No effect. No avail.
All right. So is that everybody?
I've got
flurries.
Flurries. Yep.
Okay, I'm going to run for my flurry 24 because I really want to get past the one that we're having to deal with and deal with the one that's firing bullets down a dim thread. So do I get into sight of the one that's scooted off?
You do, but it's been moving every round. So you turn the corner and you see that it is 25 meters away.
Okay. I've got a GWI Godbeat, which pops out of his cybernetic arm. It's got the range for this. So I'll just take the -2 for running. And let's see how that goes.
Drum roll.
Well, I don't think a 13 is going to hit.
They seem big, right?
Their dodge is not as good as their maneuver. So 13 does hit.
Does
they're
15
fairly heavily armored, so
does a 15, because it's actually a 15 because they're large. Thank you. Does a 15 get me to?
It gets you to a bonus die.
Right. Okay.
Is that including the short burst too?
I didn't specify it, so I'm not going to take it this round. It just mentions that it's in there. But good call. Let's take a 1 die for that. 15 damage.
AP1.
AP1 though, so it's not all bad. Brilliant flash of blue light as the god beam goes off.
Okay, and there's a 15.
Yep. AP1.
All right. The AP1 helps, but it doesn't penetrate all the armor. And you give it 2 shock. Whatever that does to machine. All right. Next.
I'm going to go into melee with the close one.
Okay.
I want to do an all-out attack.
Dun, dun, dun. Here we go.
I was trying to think if I should try to get fancier than that, but no, I think I'll leave it at that.
Oh!
I've got a glory out.
Oh!
Here lies the glory.
Here we
And
go.
I've got a drama to swap if you need one.
I only have one possibility left, though, so I don't know if I want to...
You do want. You'll get a possibility for that.
Yeah.
All right, I'll spend it, see what happens here.
We'll go
Well,
with
if
the
you
drama
wanna-
card. Do the drama card.
two of us have drama cards if you want to trade.
If you need to. I don't believe he needs to.
He could, he could roll under a 10, right?
Yeah.
End up with a
Yeah,
59.
Under a 10 gives you a 10. Gives you an 11.
yeah, if someone wants to trade a drama for the action, that would be good.
You can do it if you need it. If you roll a 1, it's an 11.
I would rather
No,
have a
it-
drama
it's-
card than a possibility.
It doesn't add 10. It makes the floor 10. So 1 through 9 become 10, and those would still be a miss of glory because that's only.
Yeah,
gonna be
you're
49.
right. You're right. Only. Yeah.
He needs
if
an
you're
11 or
below
better.
10. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. In other games, it's doing this different.
I'll trade you the action card. Here you go.
I was a mutant at mastermind condition right
Okay,
now.
so I'll spend the drama to do it. Because I really want to keep at least one for soaking purposes if this
Yeah.
pings off armor. Unless you want it to be a gloriously dramatic situation and it just dies,
There it is.
There we go.
All right.
Yeah, time to spend a glory.
Okay, so you're throwing in a glory on that, and that is your roll. So you do get to do damage with 1, 2, 3 bonus dice.
Oh, it wasn't all that attack?
Yep. 29. So, how do you want to narrate this, sir? Do you want to do the honors? I mean, I can do it, but it's your blow.
I think just
Tell
like
us-
a
tell us
one
what just happened.
single strike that cuts it in half, and they just fall down on either side of her.
All
It'd be
right.
nice and
So-
dramatic.
yeah, right. So, it's the old Samurai Jack technique. All right.
Exactly.
Yeah. And so basically, this thing puts both laser targets on you, and you see it spin up the barrels, and then the bullets that are aimed at you like this, that's straight on, when you split it, they of course veer like that, and they just spray around you instead of cutting you in half as the thing fell apart and it's just laying there sparking on the ground. So yes, it is totally thudded. It is dead. All right. Woohoo!
Just nod.
So
Do it again.
Anyone else on the good guy side?
Oh,
No, that was the flurry.
Yeah,
flurries.
That's
About
what
the
I thought.
flurries.
So we'll get a possibility in the card. Right for us.
You do.
And the possibility. We get a possibility for the glory.
Oh, and you guys are going to get inspired this round, but unfortunately, the thing's going to fire first.
We get.
But are you going to basically do the test this time, Mara?
I think that's probably a good idea.
Could we
All right.
draw the cards for the glory card first and get the possibility for the glory card? I
Go ahead.
believe we could need it.
Go ahead and draw your card.
Okay, thank you.
Oh man, here we go.
Jennifer, if I can go first, I've got an opponent fails that I can put out, and then when you're having to make a contested reality roll, there's an additional option.
Yeah, but he's shooting now. Yikes. Your dodge is what?
Ouch.
13, so that's an outstanding.
Yeah, there we go. That's why they're called Stormer Killers. Wow.
Oh, God.
Well, that is quite a bit. Her toughness remains 8, so that's 27 over.
Yep. That is the 5 wounds.
I think we should try soaking that. With that possibility that we just got from the...
Does anybody have that opponent fails? Because it might be worth a critical moment, or I think you're losing the war.
Yeah, I'm gonna. If I play critical moment, then basically, yell no. I'll put all my cards out into the pool.
Yep. Then you can use the rest of them on your turn. Yeah, but I'm looking at trying to get rid of 5 wound levels.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. So, Jennifer, do you want to trade that opponent fails?
Sure, that would be lovely. Thank you.
I'll
I'll play that, shall I?
Yeah. So, what happens when the only way I can imagine this happening is she's building up the reality power, and coming in when she plays the opponent fails. There's just enough of a glitch that the thing breaches the wall of the dim thread, which it should never, ever do. Just whizzes past her ear and embeds in like a 4-inch divot in the wall, somehow breaking the contain of the dim thread. So, and it's done. It's up to the heroes now, and you get 2 shock back. Anybody who needs it.
And anything is the approved action.
That is right.
I
got
think we need
one.
to run after this thing to get it into line of sight.
Yeah.
Well, we have one player who has it in line of sight.
Yep, I guess I do at the moment. If anybody else can get into range, then I've got a whole bunch of cards that I have to use. So I'm going to go for it. But if anybody can make it vulnerable before then, that will help.
Can I get into melee range at this round?
No.
Okay.
No, you're about 40 meters away from it.
I could. No. If I ran, I got 27 meters.
We need to trick or maneuver it, I think.
I have a pretty decent maneuver, and I might be able to get there. How far away is it from Mara at the moment?
Even further.
That means you won't be doing the reality test, though.
That's true. I should probably do that.
I mean, it could be you may just have the warrior creed. I'm going to kill it before it kills me.
Can I run up to Father Severin on this turn?
You can.
All right, I will go up to him and I will cast Strike on his God Beam, saying, "Someday tell me the story of why you have a small sun in your arm."
If we live through this, it would be my pleasure.
+1 damage on your
Okay.
God Beam.
Nice.
Great.
Okay.
And
Doing
let's
okay
see, so
on
I get a
time.
card.
Oh, that's a card. I'm gonna get closer to the drone and do a maneuver. So
Go ahead.
So it's a -2 again.
And you need a 15.
Okay.
Do you have anything else that might work on it?
I've got a
Fan?
clock, but the clock doesn't make enough damage. It's not armor piercing. It's got no burst modifier, so no chance.
Well,
But this time I'm gonna spend a possibility on that.
just for reference, though, an arrow almost took one down.
Yeah,
Mm.
It's possible a Glock can take it down.
it's possible, but
Can you also can you make a called shot to get around armor?
Yeah. It's just
Or is it full body armor?
Okay, so what would
last
you?
roll was a 15.
So
17 to hit.
okay, so
Not to hit for the maneuver.
so you're making it vulnerable.
Yep.
All right.
Okay. So it's vulnerable.
Yep. Here we go. Are you going to go before he does and try to do something to it, or are you going to do the reality test?
I think I'm going to make the reality test. And
So why don't you make it now
All right.
before he goes? Because there is a reason for that. It would be slightly helpful for you to do it, and if you happen to break it, that'll be another vulnerable on the beast.
All right. Well, let's do that then.
Yeah.
It's currently a 13. This is an opposed roll, yes?
It is. Hang on. That's the other
So-
reason. It means you may have to spend this.
I am probably spending
Before-
possibility on it.
Yeah, well, you can wait for see what he rolls. He might get dice slice. Oh, and he does. I think I have to spend my final possibility.
Yeah, that's great.
Do you?
Because, yeah, if I lose this, I have no chance of taking her. And I have to hope I can survive whatever the cyber dude is doing to me. So, here we go.
Now, am I still allowed to spend
You
on
have,
possibility
yes, you are.
regardless?
Yep.
Okay.
If you want, I can. Father Severin can shout out, "Mara, remember your creed," and play and support. All my cards have got to go. So the supporter cards got to go.
And that'd be
Yes.
sufficient.
That would do it.
That would do it.
Yes.
Severin is saving all of us right now.
That's right.
Good stuff.
So Severin has a +1. He has a doubly vulnerable robot.
Right.
The robot all sad. All right.
So, a second after he says that to Mara, he will do a short burst with the blue light of the God Beam,
All right.
and let's see how that goes.
Shoot, Wally.
Yeah. So God Beam. So would you account for its vulnerable? Yeah. And I'll put the +1 on.
Yep.
Cool.
We've got a hero and a drama.
And it's
in
+2 for the
pool.
short burst, so +3 in total.
Yeah, I think this guy's in sad shape.
Well, so I mean, I've got 2 action cards in the coup de grace. So
Okay.
what do the 2 action cards get me to? That gets me to a 20. Is a 20 an outstanding success?
No.
So close. It's really, really close. 21 is outstanding success against the drone in its current shape.
Okay.
With it being very vulnerable?
Yeah. Because that's a -4, right? So 13 minus 4 is 9.
The other option
15.
would be to trade out an action for a drama. If someone's okay with that, take that back.
Yeah. Take my drama because I couldn't do anything.
You're okay with that, Greg? Because
yep.
In terms of play, okay, there you go. All right, so it's one action card, which takes us to 17, and the drama card.
Okay, here we go.
And you could also swap the action card for a hero card. Can get a really good.
Okay, so 23.
Well, okay, fine. So you have an outstanding success against me, and I assume you're playing the coup de grace.
So 3 bonus die with AP1.
And
right.
Extra
and
1 from the strength.
That actually makes a difference with its armor.
Yeah. Okay. So 3 bonus die. Okay.
There we go.
That includes the +1.
We'll just say the video of this encounter will not be making the Kanawa marketing material. So, yeah. So, would you care to narrate the death of this robot, sir?
Okay, so there is a coruscating flash of multiple blasts of blue light, which slam into the carapace of this floating robot, which electricity arcs across its insides, and then it basically the top of it explodes upwards, and it crashes down to the ground.
Ooh, you just made some drone pilots report very uncomfortable. All right. Well done, people. You killed 2 stormer killers. Woo! Wow.
Nobody died.
Nobody.
And I need Mara.
Somebody nearly died many times.
Yeah. I need Mara to make a find roll, please.
Huh?
Let me clear this stuff away.
So we did a glory, so we're at 5 cards in our hand limit.
You are at 5 cards.
Okay.
Then I'm going to get rid of this romance card because I don't think anybody's trying to romance a killer robot.
Yeah, just give me a second to shuffle because I just pulled the whole mess back.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I get a possibility from that. And I do get a new card. Oh, shoot.
There you go.
Right.
That's a 10 on the find.
I still got to drop
it down. And it's opposed. I think your odds are pretty good because I'm currently at a -8 being dead. All right. Here we go. This one, because I accidentally closed the stat sheet. And so forth. So I'm going to be a total of 6. Okay. So that arrow that you shot the robot with, it's a little different. It's still usable, but it's a little different now. It scraped something off or something. You think it's got more oomph to it for the next shot. You might want to save that one for something special.
Interesting.
On that
note, I will make a note. I will make a note.
We're still in Isle, right?
Yep.
Should we get some enchantment off of those glorious rules?
We should, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm assuming that the arrow is what happened.
Okay.
And it's reusable, and it's got a little extra oomph, and it's especially extra oomph because it scraped off part of that eternity shard. So yeah, it's an interesting little gadget. You can use it once per scene as long as it doesn't break. But yes, It's a magic thing. You are correct, Harumi. That's exactly what happened.
I'll say to the group, no one knew we were in this tunnel. Were these robots meant for us or for the Count?
Or for any generic Storm Knight who happened by.
No one knew we were in this tunnel other than the Count and the Baroness.
It could be just keep possibility rated things away from what we're doing.
Could have just been patrolling.
But as you
If-
say, quite Harumi, it well could have been betrayal.
Yes.
Don't forget, it's Pan Pacifica.
I don't even trust any of you.
Law of betrayal
Oh.
still in effect.
All right. So
Oh.
you're going to continue to follow the
down the
routes. So I'm going to need find from our warden.
Okay.
Before we were shot at, I was about to say, I'm feeling optimistic about Monster Maker because they seem to value kindness over power.
Yes, they do rather
Obviously, they do.
they do rather seem to be less than impressed with some of the town's questionable denizens. Valuing kindness is a good thing. That is a 15 on a find.
Okay, so that's pretty. After the fourth or fifth one that you see, it becomes pretty easy to maneuver your way through. And then, remember that abandoned Kanawa lab you found? Looks similar, but more overgrown with creepy metallic tentacle things.
That's not normal.
Nothing much around here tends to be at all.
And the
It
thing
all
that
seems
reminds
very
That's
it
unusual.
most reminds Burn of is those little mind grabber beasties.
Ouch. I don't want to get near that.
You
I've
know,
got some bad feeling here.
this would be like the Queen robot that might be laying those things, is what it visually looks like. But that means you also think this is a Kanawa lab overtaken by Tharkoldu technology.
It can get worse.
I'm
Just-
afraid
just
to
wait.
say, Brent, you
Just
are
wait.
absolutely correct.
And you've been coming at the approach, so it looks like there are thralls or something with plenty large caliber guns outside patrolling the entrance, and they look about as excited as the average high school student to go to a 6th class. It's not they're probably not the most perceptive, but and they don't know you're there yet.
Roughly how many? Any vague estimate numbers?
They seem to be patrolling in groups of 4, and they come about every 5 minutes.
Are we on the outside?
You're in the outside, yes. And you'd have to enter into the lab. See anything?
Past the patrols.
Well, it sounds like if they come by every about 5 minutes, we might be able to sneak through if we watch and time it carefully enough.
I'm still shaking
Sneak.
again what a minute is, but that sounds like a great plan.
Sneak. You mean we have to make a group effort?
Let's go when we say.
Yes.
Those people who made repeated rows of ones.
Yeah, basically,
So you got it all out of your
basically,
system.
you point a lead, and everybody else decides to add or not.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
So who's
What kind-
your lead?
What could
Who's your
possibly go
lead?
wrong?
Who's your lead stealth?
My stealth is 10.
Who's the stealthiest?
Stealth 13 and favored.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
There we go.
Okay.
She's not a diplomat. She's a warden. She's good at sneaking around.
Right.
But you have proven to be a very good diplomat.
But here we go. So, who's going to try to support her in this? Or are you just going to hope that she can overcome the negative combined difficulty?
Do you know how unfair the rules for this is? We all have to do support, but we can also
Make it worse.
Make it worse. Yeah.
Well, you only make it worse if you're actively trying to push it. Like you still
Right.
You sure? The way I read the stealth rules, you have to.
Well,
Go ahead. So let's get it. Let's
do you
get
want to
the
risk making
four.
it worse?
Let's get the 4 support numbers first.
Okay.
I'll try to push.
Oh,
Stealth.
Yay!
I don't even
Oh, man.
have stealth.
Okay.
I might spend a possibility on this just because I feel bad.
So currently
where we end
we're
up.
at where's Harumi? There's
We got a 12.
Okay, so we are currently at a net +1.
Cool.
You want to
If
leave
I
it at
don't
that, or
have-
do you want to?
If I
You wanna
don't
try
have to support, I won't. Because I don't even have the skill.
All right. That just means it's going to be. So you're at that puts it down to a -1.
Oh.
And she's favored, so that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True. That's currently a 12.
All right. Let's see if I manage to find you. I'm betting I don't. Let's just. So I'm at 12. I'm searching, so I'm at negative. So I need
I've got an action card to trade.
15. I need
Yeah, I
15 on the dice.
Trade
Just
you
to
for a
spot you.
willpower or
Have a
something.
chance.
Mhm.
Oops. Yeah, forget it. I'm not spending possibilities on that. So yes, you can sneak into the corridors that make you jump a little bit because they do that nice. I sense somebody's here. Let's turn on the light.
Since we're going into somewhere dangerous, I'm going to drop this card now. Alert. Whoop. There we go. Alertness. Yeah.
Okay, so you cannot be ambushed. Oh, you're taking away all my fun. Okay.
That's right.
That's right. No more fun for Craig. So we have.
And maybe this will be more fun. I really want to have a cosm card.
Oh.
Okay. You really want to have a Cosm card. All right, hang on. That's going to take me a little while to go through the settings because you got to get one from here.
Give him one of those infected
are we in?
Pan Pacific.
Yeah, infected and.
Okay, it
or
might be
something
Pan
like
Pacifica, it might be Starcult.
Where are we? We're underground.
Yeah.
You're,
Yeah,
We got to get above ground. I hate underground.
that.
Maratika card.
We do keep ending up underground, don't we?
A lot.
Rather unfortunate.
Oh yeah, the inside code.
Great.
I get a mutation. You get a mutation. Everybody gets a mutation.
well,
Could be radiation.
it only goes to Franz, correct?
Yeah.
I didn't detect.
Yeah.
That's what I remember from the card.
Yeah, only to me.
Yeah, here we go. Oh, come on. You can scroll all the way down there. Oh, no, it can't. No, it can't.
I can't take it, so you have to give it to me.
I know. And it's unfortunately you're like it lets me go down as far as Farther Severn, and then when I reach over to scroll, it decides to reset the option. All right. So you know what? I'm going to deal it to myself. I'm play it, and then you can grab it.
You can even
awesome.
drag it onto Frank's name in Roll20, and that'll like open a trade window
Oh, cool.
in the bottom left.
But in the trade window, I have to offer him something
I don't
for
think
the
so.
trade.
Yeah. I'm just gonna. There you go, sir.
Oh,
Looks like
Oh,
trouble.
good.
Yay, that's great. That's a great one. That's a good chance to get possibilities. Or to die.
We literally just had the lights go on.
Yeah.
Just saying, there's guards right outside. They're right there.
Sneak.
So you can use that
Yoo-hoo.
whenever you desperately. All right. So, yeah, you hear motion from farther in the complex.
Can we tell what it sounds like? Does it sound like people moving or more
Sounds.
robots?
You recognize footfalls and don't recognize the other sound, and Haruni recognizes the sound of rolling wheels, motorized wheels. So,
security.
yes, there's
drone.
somebody walking in. There's some sort of carts or robots or something.
Darn it. have any sense of monster maker of this cosm source now? Does it feel like it's anywhere nearby? Or Severin or Moonwalker,
See,
for that matter?
let us all try. Perhaps we can triangulate. It's a reality roll, right?
Okay, go ahead. The three of you make reality tests.
Okay.
While they're doing that, is there a computer or a security terminal in here that I could check out?
What, in Tharcold? Why, yes, there is.
What?
But you it doesn't look like what you got in Pan Pacifica. It looks painful. It doesn't really have a keyboard. It basically has upturned spikes that you depress. You
Maybe
gonna
not
give it a
yet.
try?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to get sucked into the Kerr or anything, but
Kerr? Whatever do you mean? So, are you making a computer roll?
yeah, I'll do a computer's test.
Would you like to make a dexterity test at the same time, multi-action, so you don't impale your fingers?
No.
Apparently not.
Oh.
I guess I just stab my fingers. Yow!
Okay.
I think you can make a dexterity test.
She chose not to.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I already rolled.
She
so.
knows she failed the basic login test. She was scanned as the result,
Oh.
and then the terminal locked.
Hopefully, none of the others noticed this.
All right. That looks like the fun. So what'd you get on the reality tests?
I think we all made it.
13, 14, and 12.
Okay. Monster Maker's definitely here and definitely in pain.
In pain.
And that's
Can't
not
allow
good.
monster maker to have pain.
That's not good.
In Tharkle.
It's not surprising, but it's still most concerning.
He's as close as a god as you can get, and we don't want him to be in pain.
We
So-
must press on further in, I think.
Oh, he has some abilities and he also has several vulnerabilities.
Yeah.
He's not a darkness device. So you're gonna keep sneaking forward in the direction you feel the pain coming from?
Yeah, I think that's the best bet.
Yeah, I assume Mara's still in the lead as the mistress of stealth.
Yeah, we'll just try and be as quiet as we can.
All right, so presumably what you do is you'll go a few paces ahead, stay far enough ahead that they won't make noise until you give them a signal to move.
Sure.
Go ahead and make a stealth test then.
Any penalties for multiple people?
No,
involved,
because
or just me?
you're leaving them a little bit behind, so they might fail, but they're going to be okay. 16. Yeah, I'm not going to touch that. So after wandering through the compound, just timing it so you wait for some of the wheeled things to roll by, which look like sort of Zambonis, but you're pretty sure they have brains embedded in little bubbles at the back, and all sorts of pockets of stuff with little like electrodes attached to wires that look like they attach to something else. And that's why you get to a large operating theater, and that silver metal chupacabra on the table is most likely Monster Maker, hooked up to several hundred wires, and none of you are from Tharcold, but whatever they're draining from him, they're draining in copious quantities. They are filling, hundreds of liters a minute from out of him somehow. And you see a couple of thralls bottling this stuff up, wandering off, cart after cart of it.
Just the thralls, or do we see anyone else?
You don't see any thralls, but where they're thralls, they're probably techno-demons.
We should get in there and stop this.
Yep.
Yeah, Mara is looking at probably Harumi and Severin, who might actually know something about computers and electronics, because she certainly doesn't. Do you think you can get him free? Get it free?
Certainly try.
Just
I
watch
wish I
your
had my cyber deck.
hands.
Yes, I wish I had my cyber deck. Well,
Yeah.
I'll just have to make do.
All right. So you get to make a
Make you a
computer's
cyber
test.
deck.
You can make a computer's test from the console. Same sort of problem. Not really a keyboard, just upturned pins attached to levers.
At the risk of making things worse.
Oh, yes.
I mean, I don't have a cyber deck, but I do have a neural jack.
Absolutely. Go right ahead.
I mean, you know, what could go wrong? So
Everything.
I will mostly. I'll say to Harumi, you're probably most likely to be able to grasp some of these concepts. I'm going to directly interface with it using this. Taps the jack on the back of his neck. It will be my mind directly interfacing with the computer. So it's riskier, but it might be more effective.
I tell him, if it swallows your soul, I'll get your body out of here.
To be honest, that's very kind of you, but my immortal soul is the thing I am most concerned about. All right. So, Greg, I have no idea what effect that has, but that's what I'm doing.
Well, you get to make a computer rolls, and you are jacked in. Just go. Yes,
Okay.
it's something's guaranteed to happen. It just depends on how bad it is.
Okay.
I could trade you a willpower card if you want one.
Yeah, I've got a second wind.
No.
I also have a willpower card, actually, if you would like another one.
I think I'm okay. Actually, yeah, I've got a supporter.
And I have an action.
I have my remaining cards are drama, hero, and glory. So I'll take the willpowers.
You're best prepared.
Yeah. Okay, we're not in rounds yet, yeah?
Not yet.
Okay, well, I play critical moment, but if we're not in rounds, we'll see what happens. Right, okay, let's make that computers roll. See where we go. I'm going to play that hero card to start with, because, you know. So.
Because.
Bum, bum, bum. Whoa!
There you go.
Holy
Still got
moly.
possibilities?
If we're not in rounds, I'll play the drama card,
Have a glory.
and I've got a glory. Yeah, so
Maybe you can
okay.
cleanse it of its evil.
yeah.
What's it?
Here we go.
I can't see anything.
Oh, just Greg holding his head in his hands.
Oh.
This is
Okay,
going to be epically bad. I'm ready.
Okay, that's a 63, and I'll play a glory card.
Yeah.
Well, let's get you that possibility first. So
It's a true glory adventure.
his, Father Severin's eyes sort of roll back in his head, and he's just sort of in a deep trance. Then his body seems to invert. Somehow it starts to wrap around a strange way and bends, and then the entire physical body disappears up the jack.
Oh, yeah, I can't get your body out of here.
Okay.
Oopsie. Where is he?
And you hear a voice. Oh, hello. I have an interloper. At least he's cute. What are you doing here? This is not a
Okay.
place for mortal. You should go home.
Can we tell where this voice is coming from?
He hears it. He's gone. So Severin is hearing this. The rest of you just watched him essentially get sucked up a fiberglass straw. You're not sure how that works. But
I'm sure he'll be fine.
Well, whatever is going on, I just drew my card for the glory, if that's okay, Greg, yeah?
yeah.
Yeah, okay, so whatever is going on, I'll play this alertness card, because I think right now that's probably going to help.
Okay. You have stepped inside a magical being that is somehow locked in this computer. So you're inside whatever's inside of the thing you entered. And it's like, so, this is very odd, but it's not good. You will not live here long. Eventually, my thoughts will find you. That would be bad.
Are you
That'd
here
be
of
very
your
bad.
own free will? Or are you a prisoner?
I am here because I am low on vril. I am getting much vril. Then I'll leave. I'm not sure what you mean by free will.
What?
I find will to be very, very expensive.
I was just hoping that you might actually be a prisoner of some sort, but it seems that you are here entirely of your own volition.
Let's go with yes. That still doesn't make you less cute. Are you also delicious?
I think I might just need to make myself somewhat indigestible to you, given that I seem to be metaphysically congruent with you. And if I am right, you're probably a creature of supernatural evil if you feed upon others in them.
Why, thank you. No one's called me that for years. They just put me inside these boxes and assume I'll do what I do all the time. They're not appreciative at all. You're not a creature of supernatural evil? You still came to visit? That's adorable.
So Severin has got his crucifix ready, but he's going to try and reason it out a little bit longer. Are you you're the one responsible for draining all this vril, did you say, from the metallic creature in here?
No, that's all Jezebel's thralls. But I am using the vril. It is molto tasty. And then I will do things, and she'll appreciate those things. And then she'll get me more vril, and I do more things. It's a sympathetic relationship.
I think it's time to put an end to this.
All right, I can eat you, but I think that I'd miss you. But if you insist, here we go.
I'm going to.
All right, let's go into combat.
Okay, I had a plan, but let's go.
All right, so what is your plan?
Well, it's a creature of supernatural evil. I'm inside it. I've got ward enemy. That's just going to make it super unwell.
All right, well, why don't we do that on the first round? I think that sounds like a lovely plan.
I think the rest of us could probably safely start unhooking the chupacabra.
Yeah.
Well, except that there's a patrol coming your way, having been notified.
Well, at least we had the alertness.
Did we all take a card for the glory resort?
Yes, I did.
I did.
And of course, a possibility.
Villains have a setback. That's freaking perfect. Okay. They go first. And I already know what the setback is. All the lights in the operating theater go red. And there are clacks and sirens. And then you see these thralls running towards you.
That's all they're doing?
I have to get and open up the one sheet that has refused to open for me so far. I live in hope, though.
I will be right back.
I'm sure open someday. Come on, you can do it. Okay, this is pretty much the same one.
By the way, what's the ruling? If you do 2 glory cards in the same in the same adventure, does the card limit go up to 6?
No, it stays at you can't. 5's the max
Max
unless
the
you
max,
got
yeah.
a perk. All right, so here we go. All right, Harumi, what is your spirit?
Rumi has left the building.
All right, well, we'll wait a second. They definitely want to get rid of Harumi first.
If you don't mind, I would just go for another cup of coffee. Just for a moment, please.
All right, go ahead.
What's the Tharcold version of hold music? It's probably terrible, isn't it?
Well,
I'd
those
like
of us
to
who are still standing here looking at Severin, where Severin disappeared, are very confused and rather worried. Mara has no idea how computers work. So as far as she's concerned, you just tried to do something and vanished.
Yeah, you liken it to rubbing the genie's lamp and getting sucked inside. That's not the way this is supposed to work.
I'd like to say I'd bitten off something more than I can chew, but I actually think it's kind of the other way round.
Yep. All right. Well, roll and whom you can let me. Here we go. Alteration. Kaboom. I get a +4 for my first shot.
Oh.
Boom. That's a good start. So wait for him to get back.
He's back.
What's going on?
What is your spirit?
Uh, 8.
Wow, so that's a lovely 2. So that's an outstanding success.
What's an outstanding?
Yeah, what is it?
The spell effect that's being tossed at you.
Uh,
If I could, everything is just super slow. No, I want to input my value, please.
Again, sorry, it's past midnight right now in Germany, and I need some coffee.
mhm.
Yeah, and trust me, I understand after the last couple of days. All right, here we go. $22 points of damage, which, just to let you know, is about as low as it could have with 2 bonus dice.
How does this work with armor?
It didn't penetrate armor, so your toughness counts.
Okay, so I've got toughness 13.
All right, so it's just a tiny bit shy, so you get a wound.
What's the effect? What's going on?
Basically, it looks like he's being unraveled at various portions along his body. Like parts of him are unspiraling off and being zipped away into some container on the backs of these things.
Is this coming from a particular entity, or is it just like...
There are 4 things called Taracrolls. And the first one fired, the other 2 are charging up. The other 3 are charging up.
Mm.
Okay, so they were just using some crazy-ass magic.
Yes, it's definitely crazy ass magic. You've nailed it. Okay, then their setback happens, and the theater goes red. All things start to go crazy, and the heroes get to go.
These
I try to
Taracrolls are
intimidate them.
Oh.
I try to intimidate them. I try to do the same thing Han Solo did. Run, shooting, and crying in their direction.
All right.
Shoot and shout.
Go, go, go.
I do an intimidate on one, not on many of them.
Okay. Yep, that's not going to do anything. Your target number is 12.
12. Oh, that's a cries for a possibility. Since I have no cards out there. Last roll was a 15. Yeah, that's better.
Okay. All right. So what do you want him to be? Vulnerable or stymied?
Vulnerable.
Okay.
Vulnerable.
All right.
I will get the wolf to do the same, to try and growl at another one and intimidate them.
All right. I have too many windows open. Must close a couple. Wolf back up here.
What does a Tawa Kroll look like?
It looks like a guy in a radiation suit, but with a visor that has sort of opalescent swirling colors and hands that are way too big for its body.
Got a rules question. I just finished my turn. Can I play the leadership I played into the pool right now?
No.
I have to wait for the next round.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, without playing for critical moment or some other special thing, you can't.
Yeah.
So what did the wolf get? Oh, well, it got a case of the yips, I guess.
Try.
So next,
What's their maneuver?
their maneuver is 10.
How far away are they? I missed that at the beginning.
They're 15
could it-
meters.
Okay, so I could get into melee range.
You could.
Well, I'm going to rush up to the one that attacked me
All right.
and attack it with my electric katana.
All right. Go whack me.
17.
All right. That's going to be,
Are you
I believe, a good
Yeah,
success.
I just got wounded.
Mm.
I didn't soak it because, it's just one.
Oh,
And I
right,
hear
right,
there's
right.
somebody who
Because
can
it got
feel that.
shredded.
Not right now.
Go ahead. You get
Sorry,
to roll a
Foolishly
bonus die.
closed my sheet.
Okay.
And that's armor piercing too, if it matters.
That creates leaks and a little bit of hissing something coming out of the suit. You don't know how much damage that represents. Next.
I will go ahead and move up and finish the job, or try to.
All right.
My claws. I am flushed with possibilities. It's favored, so I'm going to re-roll that. And I'm going to spend a possibility on it.
All right.
18.
Ah, nice. Yeah. These things, when you penetrate the suits, seem to leak a lot. You're not sure how much there is solid underneath there, but it can't be a whole lot. So you'd say he's taking a couple wounds. All right.
Is that 18 to hit?
Oh, sorry. I thought that was 18 damage.
Oh no, sorry. It's how much is do I get any bonus dice off of that?
From 18, you do. You get a bonus die.
14 damage.
Ah, okay. So I'm not wounded. I just take a couple more shock. All right.
Okay, I'm going to try and fire at one of the ones, let's say 2 of the ones that are not in melee with people. So probably the one Bernd tried to intimidate and maybe one other one.
All right. Taking 2 shots.
Oh, yeah.
Normal arrows. Only a 14.
Okay, that hits both of them. That's not enough to get a bonus die, but it is 2 hits.
Let's spend a possibility on it. So that is 2 and roll is 16. It's 20.
Well, that would be enough to get a bonus die, and that's 2 points away from outstanding.
Is it still vulnerable, or any of them vulnerable?
This one wasn't vulnerable.
Hmm.
Oh, that's right. So that one is outstanding. So you got outstanding on one and 1 die on the other.
Okay, so I'll just roll that separately then. So here's the 2 bonus dice on the one that's is vulnerable. Okay. It's 20 damage, and then here's the only 1 bonus die, 16 for the other.
Okay, so the one that is 20 turns into, like a gushing oil well, spewing this stuff out. That when it hits the oxygen, it turns sort of like the pearly opalescent stuff until it tries to plug the leak and it fails and it collapses, and you see this little like collection of worms sort of trying to crawl out of the suit.
Now it can get worse.
All right. So next. Mm-hmm.
I think that's everybody on our side, unless Severin's gone.
Well, I'm somewhere else. So
yeah.
But you're still going in rounds. It shifts to you on your action.
Yeah, but the villains go first, I think.
Right, but your heroes are now going.
Oh, okay, cool. All right. In that case,
the villains went because
I got it.
She's trying to sweet talk you because you're interesting.
Yeah, but it's not a relationship that can last. I'm going to try my ward enemy plan.
Your laugh was doomed from the first moment.
So let's see what
this
happens.
Is coming from Burn.
I know what I'm talking about.
So yeah, I'm inside a thing I think is supernaturally evil. I'm going to see what happens when I cast ward enemy because
should have hung on to that romance card.
Yeah.
That should make for a great TV series.
Yeah.
A priest and an evil creature.
Do you know, I am going to go with a possibility on this because I feel that the outstanding result might be more interesting.
Yeah. Because they cannot cross the barrier when it's outstanding, correct?
No. Supernaturally evil creatures who fail an attack against any of the protected individuals are stymied. It's
stymied, okay. I forgot that with cross it over the protective circle. Sorry.
Yeah. Last roll, 12. Yeah, that'll do it. That's an outstanding success. So +2 to all my defenses. To be honest, I'm not so worried about that. It's more interesting what happens when you do that inside a creature.
Yeah.
It needs some Alka-Seltzer.
All right.
So, as everybody's going, the angel of the Lord encampeth around them that fear him and delivereth them. With slightly less conviction in his voice than normal. I think it's fair to say.
Yeah.
A little bit concerning.
And again, I go through desperately trying to open up a character sheet. No. You're not feeling it? Not feeling me? Because I was not expecting this encounter, so I didn't have the sheet open immediately. So I'm now trying to open that sheet, and it's like going, no, you don't want to open that sheet. That would be bad if you opened that sheet. Oh, well.
Count on the players to make your plot worse.
Well, that's all right. I know its stats. I'll just roll it the old-fashioned way. Really?
Oh dear.
Wow.
Really?
Does it explode?
Yes. I did it manually, but it does explode.
Uncharted territory.
Okay. So that's a +9. Cool. 16. So what is your spirit there, Severin?
My spirit is 11.
Wow. That sucks. Okay. Let's just use this guy over here. So it's...
Don't know if we're allowed to trade cards because we don't know what's going on with Severin, but I do have an opponent fails on the table.
You are allowed to... That's one of the things Torg says. It doesn't... That's how you coordinate stuff and help players can help each other even though they're not in the same scene.
Right.
So,
well, let's see what this does, but I have an opponent fails if you want it.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, come on.
Did I understand that correctly right now? You can't play a supporter, but you can swap cards.
Basically, yep.
Okay.
All right. So that's... So what miracles do you have?
I have Bless, Heal, and Ward enemy.
Bless, heal, and ward. All right. I like your heal, and I like your ward. So I'll just be borrowing those. I mean, you can still use them, but we're sharing them for now.
So the Ward enemy essentially had no effect.
It did.
But not very much. Okay, fine.
Well,
They rolled a
You
34.
added it. You added it to your spirit that you told me, right?
no, because it's not a normal defense. It would have been 13.
Well, then that makes a difference. It only gets to borrow one. So I will borrow... I'll borrow ward enemy. I think that's useful. Okay.
This is like copycat, but worse, and it's worse because it's Starcold, isn't it?
I think I'm gonna.
You have lovely toys.
Can it be?
Would you mind? Would you mind if I gave you something in return?
I think I probably would.
Oh, are you sure? I think you like it.
So in terms of
It's
where I
Starcold,
am,
not Oroch.
what's my physical surroundings, if any?
Yeah, you're in a Soviet style office building, high ceilinged, concrete, no furniture, cracked walls, some sort of ruin, and you're absolutely certain it's just a metaphor. It's not where you actually are.
Yep. Okay. Well, I've acted this round, so there we go. That's fine.
Right. So we go back.
Oh,
Hey, at least it's only a standard scene, so you're good. You will surge, but they're not going to be up. You really didn't want to see the up. Okay, so this
that's
guy
right.
can't do anything, and these guys are going to fire. So one of them is going to target the...
Can I play the leadership now?
Yes, you may.
So I play the leadership, and can I put card into the father's pool?
Into the father's pool, you may.
You, so he'll get an action, and he get an action, and somebody else will get the leadership. That's better. Who got more cards? Who wants to take the leadership? No, not the adrenaline. Sorry. Who wants to take another leadership so you can play into the father's pool? I think Moonwalker would be good. Or
Yeah, I've got
you,
some decent cards.
okay. And I take two more cards. Always do this wrong. That's terrible. Card name.
So, Moonwalker, what's your spirit?
11.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
And this will be painful. But it is Starcold, so
Well, all real choices.
yeah. You can have pain, or you can have excruciating pain, or you can have dull ache. All right. This is gonna hurt. +2 bonus dice. Yikes. 24. What is your toughness?
11.
Okay, well, that sounds a lot
does
like
does it bypass armor?
it does not bypass armor.
Okay, 11 then.
Okay.
So was that
So that means I get 2 wounds upon you.
2 and 4 shocks is soaking time.
Yeah, these guys are no joke.
No, they're not. And then
13. I need a 15. I am. Oh god, I got a hero. I will spend another possibility.
all right.
Let's roll 13 because
I will meanwhile attack Harumi.
Yay.
I still have 3 left, so I'm good.
I do believe that's a 28. What's your dodge, Harumi?
Oh, dodge? 11.
Okay, so so I got the big 3. Oh my, okay. I'm so sorry.
Oh.
The opponent fails. Take the opponent fails.
Yes, but these are highly unfortunate creatures that you're fighting. You've downed one, but there's still 3. The last one's going to shoot at the other, what it thought of his boss.
I could opponent fails, or I could just try to soak it. Probably the opponent fails is better if you're offering it.
Because isn't that like 5 wounds? Again, it's that nasty 5 wound threshold.
Okay.
There's no.
Oh yeah, so opponent fails then.
And then after the Realm Runner.
Come on, what? 32.
Oh my god!
And it's rolling.
Looks like soaking.
And I'm getting. I not just got 10. I got 10 to make that one. Wow. Okay. So what is your dodge?
Never mind. Where is my character sheet? 10.
Okay. 3 bonus dice again. This is looking ugly.
But it's not that ugly.
So what's your toughness?
Oh, not enough, I presume. 9.
All right. Well, then that would be 3 wounds and 6 shock.
I soak. I try to soak.
Here we go.
No, that's a start.
Okay.
How much is it?
That's 2 wounds.
Yeah. No, I spent another puzzle. Last roll was 19. Mm. My last possibility. Is that enough?
Yes, you have.
Okay.
You've successfully soaked everything. Woohoo. And we have the villain inside of Severin, who again I don't have the sheet up. Not even on this session. There we go.
Maybe Father Severin's doing like an entire act worth of stuff right now. On his
That's
own.
a 10. So it rolls again. Jeez.
Why is Roll20's dice system like now it's rolling well?
Yeah.
What
That
happened?
is really unfortunate. Oh, but not super unfortunate. Okay. So your spirit is a 13, including your ward enemy?
Yep.
Okay. So I only give you 2 shock. I can't do anything else to you. I'm so disappointed.
So I didn't know you were attacking me, so I didn't get a chance to say defend because the dice just started rolling.
Oh,
My intent was to defend this round because it's the approved.
okay,
action.
go ahead.
Cool. Right. Okay, so that's a minimum. That gets me 14, which isn't enough, I seem to recall.
Yeah, just they're going to have 2 shock.
In that case, but this attack is mind or spirit based. Yes.
Yes. Spirit
Okay,
based.
so can I spend my willpower card? Spending a card to gain a card might be a better card. Things are tricky here. I think I'm going to try that. So yeah, if I spend the willpower card, that means it's a success, which means I get a card. Correct?
Correct.
Cool. Okay, let's hope for something better.
All right, so that's that. And then everybody has to make a surge roll. Just roll a d20.
Oh,
Super attached.
Okay.
glued to your cousin.
It's time for your actions. You've got 3 of the Terra Crolls still up, and you have your priest in the belly of the beast.
Okay, so Moonwalker and Harumi are in melee with one of the Terror Cruel, yes?
Correct.
I am going to get the wolf to try and maneuver one of the others.
Okay. Give me a second. No. That will not help. And then?
And then I am going to try and shoot. Yeah, the 2 that are not in melee.
Okay. Both of them?
Let's try both of them.
All right. Now's when you need the player characters to get that 20. Here we go.
Let's drop a possibility on that. Start with.
All right.
Only a 19.
That's okay. That gives you a bonus die.
How far off and outstanding are we?
3.
If I play my leadership card, can I get her an action card?
If you play your leadership, yes.
All right, leadership. I'm going to play action in tomorrow's hand.
All right.
Thank you very much.
And I'm going to play. Actually, I'm going to give you adrenaline instead because that'll be more specific. And I'll give action to Severin. Do you need action? Who needs action?
Severin could probably use action.
If you like, but I think I've got a really wackier plan.
Yeah,
If you
I
look at
could
the card
use it.
that's on the table.
Harumi gets action. No, seeing the card you put in your pool, I think I know what your wacky
Yeah.
plan is, and I'm here for it. Yeah, there we go.
Okay, I will play the
All right.
adrenaline. That should get me to an outstanding.
Yep.
Cool.
So you roll 2 dice, add it to your damage.
25
Both
damage.
targets.
Oh,
There we
Oh!
go.
Oh! Yeah. So it's like the hissing of an air out of a balloon, and then it becomes wetter and sloppier as the stuff spills out. Again, both suits collapse, and you see these worm things trying to crawl along the floor away. With those, that leaves you with 1 Tower Cruel left.
I shoot it. I want to shoot something.
Hold on. We're already in melee with it here, so.
Oh,
but
I hack it.
I'll
I
try-
hack it.
Go ahead, Burnt, hack it.
Where's my Maketi? I'm nearly as bad as with fire combat. Yeah, I'm absolutely bad with it.
All right.
But I tried.
You did.
Uh,
Can't hold it like it's you.
can these things take damage? Like, do they have vulnerable parts? Can like a cold shot to a vital be done?
Yeah, no, they seem like bags of jelly.
Yeah, okay. I just want to do an all-out attack on it then.
All right.
My
No.
Hmm.
Oh, it's
And you're using your electric katana, right?
Yep. I mean,
Sacco.
that's.
Okay.
Oh, wait, yeah.
Rules question before I take my turn.
Yes.
Leadership lets me refill my hand. Hand size is 5, but I've got 1 in my pool. Do I count that one, or
No.
do I just drop to
No.
5? No, drop to 5.
You
Cool.
drop to 5, and then you'll have to discard down at the end.
Right. Okay. How many of them are left?
1.
1. Oh, the one in front. Okay, great.
Basically, there's been this melee going on while the archers.
Oh my God, I drew another broken image card. I'm going to deal with that later. Let's go, and I like this idea of all-out attack, and I'm going to follow Harumi's example and hopefully have better luck.
Yeah, don't follow my example all the way.
Okay.
Yeah, here we go. Modifier +4. 15.
So it's a
I
hit,
will.
but no bonus.
I'm going to use the hero card I have.
All right.
And possibility of that. Modifier +4. Let's roll 14. 23 to hit.
There you go. That would be two bonus dice.
18 damage.
Oh dear.
There was a 6 involved.
And I've already been nicked. I think that does me in. Yep. I just gloop out iridescent fluid until these little clusters of worms crawl out of the suit. And you have defeated me.
I'm going to stomp on the worms just to drive it home.
Just to make
Okay.
your case.
I've seen the strain. I don't get close to those things.
So you're stomping on them. All right. And what's
You know
this whack?
You know the scene from Men in Black? Was it your uncle? Was it your...
So what is Father Severin's wacky plan?
Well, it kind of it depends whether we're staying in rounds or not.
You're still in combat. They're not, but you are.
Okay, so we need to wait till the next round.
No, it's Hero Surge. I mean, you can go.
I defended.
It's your turn.
I defended.
Oh, that's right. So here we go. Flip it over. Woo. I shall triumph.
Have villains gone first every round?
Pretty much. They really have.
That's a special deck for Greg Gordon.
Yeah, but I don't like it when that happens. That means when it comes time for the dramatic once, it'll be flipped. Because I will have used all the villains go first cards. Okay, all right. This is last chance. Last chance to accept my gift.
I think we've rather got off onto the wrong foot. Tell me about this. I'm going to defend this round because on my turn, I'm going to play the romance card that I put into my pool.
Yep, I saw that. This is going to be...
Because, I think sweet talking my way out of this is the best bet.
That's so
All
great.
right. Here we go. So you're going to defend against her?
Yeah. Whatever is happening. I mean, I guess there's no kind of visual cue as to what is happening. Stuff is just happening. So, oof.
So
I'm going to spend a possibility on my
this
defense.
faceless courier shows up with chocolate, 2 bottles of vodka, and an automatic rifle with a heck of a magazine.
Oh, loving the time of radiation. We love it.
So that's actually a 17. Okay, well that's
you can use that to trade your way out in case you get lost in city.
Thank you. That's terribly kind of you. I will take those things.
All right.
And an attempt to depart through this metaphor. If you see what I mean.
Just jump out the
window. What happened? He put his shoulder into a metaphor and it didn't give. Okay.
Opens a metaphor with a crowbar.
Okay, Father Severin.
I mean, I will accept these gifts. My intent is to exit by some means, being somewhat devoid of information. I mean, it's from a cyberpaper perspective, it's some form of Gorden analogous construct, probably a bit more primitive. Therefore, it should be manipulable in some way, either by physically traversing it to an exit point, or by directly I was attempting to interface with it.
You came in through cable right there. Surely you can go out through cable right there.
Well, if that's all right with you, I wouldn't want to leave you alone. But if you insist, I will depart immediately.
We are not alone. We are many. But you're still cute. We could add you.
Perhaps I could come and visit again. I'm looking back at the cable and I'm going, what do I need to make
You took a glory roll to physically move yourself into here.
They normally mean good things.
Well, this sort of was a good thing in terms of what could happen in Thurgold. But if you ever, how would she communicate this? When you get out, ask your friends who know about Thurgold, about Dovograd. And maybe we shall see you again, no? I have more vodka. You need that.
That seems entirely reasonable.
Very good to see you living again.
I'm glad I've been able to lighten your day or night or eternity, whichever it's been.
Oh, I might. Yeah, she would try. She likes you. I might be able to, push the packets to help you go through straw.
That would be very amenable of you.
All right. You may try. So make a computer roll. She gives you an up.
Okay. Is it right? I've taken the 3 possibilities for the romance.
Yep.
Okay. So, are we still in rounds? Because I defended.
You're still in rounds till you get out of here or fail.
Okay, so I defended.
You found a new home.
Okay, so I defended last round. So if we flip to a new round, I can put a card into a pool, which is useful for the purposes of trading because it's looking a bit thin on the ground here. Did I successfully defend last round?
You did.
Okay, so I'll put my willpower down and I'll draw a card. Literally. Oh, fine. Right. Okay, so I've got an up. So I'm going to make a computer's roll.
You are.
And then modify. Okay. It's not bad. I'll take the up. The last roll was 17.
Bum, bum. Ooh, that's getting close. That's getting close.
You do have the willpower.
I will spend a possibility.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Glory in,
Oh, you need
glory
a
out.
Glory in,
out.
glory out. It's a bit harsh.
He doesn't need a glory out. He needs the total he got. But
That was
generating
63.
glory will definitely do it. Go ahead.
Well, the total I got last time was some
63.
hideous. Yeah,
And
some hideous.
and your result was a 21.
Oh, okay.
23.
Oh, the result was a 23. Okay, it's within sight. Okay, so
Yes.
possibility.
Well, you have an action and a willpower, right? So that'll get you.
Yeah.
20.
No, I've just got a willpower.
Oh.
The action is somebody else's, I think.
So basically, you need a decent roll to bump you up 3 more points.
Yeah.
And then you can play the card.
Yeah, the action was given to you from leadership. wasn't it?
Oh, right. Okay, sorry.
No, it was. Well, I gave it to Harumi, but before I did that, there was an extra card already there.
Okay, it might be mine.
Yeah, I've already got the action from the.
Okay, it's probably mine. It's all been a bit intense.
Hasn't it?
Last roll was 35. 22 with the willpower gets me to 25, which exceeds my last total.
So there is this absolutely. It sounds like somebody has combined the sounds of a blender with bolts in it and a police whistle, and there's this screeching, wailing sound, and he sort of extrudes out of the fiber optic cable into this big circular pile of stuff that then sort of weaves itself together and grows back into Father Severin. And he's kind of, they got most of it right. They pretty much got all of it right. Probably over. Oh wait, there we go. That face is lined up better.
Do I have a bottle of vodka and an AK-47 with me?
You have 2 bottles of vodka, AK-47, and a box of chocolates. It's not an AK-47. It's an automatic. I forgot what the big bolter that the Tharkoldal use.
Right. Yes.
I elbow Bernd and I motion to Father Severin. I say, "This is why I don't want to learn about computers."
Chocolate? Anyone?
Is that how you get chocolate in Sarko?
Where have you been?
What happened?
Very good questions, which I will absolutely endeavour to answer as soon as I've drunk this bottle of vodka.
But you are still in a Tharkoldal lab where you've just slaughtered the first 4 things sent to, and the operating theater is like blaring with klaxon horns and red light. This may not be the time to drink. Just, he will
take a swig and then see what's going on, and then well, we can always use these as Molotovs, I suppose.
If you disconnect these wires around Bunster Baker.
He yanks the jack out, probably with a horrible spray of blood. That's not a good idea. Won't be doing that again.
Oh,
right.
You mean
that
getting into the Sarkold grid is not a good idea?
Well, I'd hoped that I'd be able to manipulate the computers a bit better, but it was all a bit surreal. I seem to have made contact with some sort of magical entity imprisoned in there that drains pain and horror from people.
Let me guess. Instead, the computer tried to manipulate you.
Yeah, something like that. To be honest, Bernd, it's like going on one of your dates.
Greg, is it safe to? Did you learn if it's safe to start pulling cables because we need a free monster maker?
I learned that monster's the creature inside there is very lonely, and it seems to have a penchant for priests. But other than that, I'm afraid I came up rather short on the intelligence.
Great.
So,
I will try to pull a cable out of monster maker.
Let's just start ripping.
Okay.
Let's take a look and then see if
it's Monster Maker. He can probably heal himself.
So, are you going to go in the operating theater, start ripping wires, or are you going
I
to
thought
from right here?
I thought we were in there.
No, you just triggered the alarm.
Yeah, that was sort of what I thought.
Let's go in and take a look. Bernd, you've got a bit of science, I seem to recall.
Yeah, but not much.
Okay, but it's more than enough.
Same here.
Okay, let's try and figure it out before we start pulling cables out willy-nilly.
What's even worse, I've got no possibility left.
Are we out of rounds?
You're out of rounds. Congratulations.
Is it an Alf blaster or an Alf pulverizer that I have?
I think it's the pulverizer. My brain's just short-circuiting.
Jeepers, that's a nasty weapon. Well, I'm gonna add that then.
Yeah. And then Harumi and I are no longer very vulnerable.
Correct.
Cool.
So you go to the operating theater and start yanking out stuff? That'd be a science roll to effectively yank out stuff.
I think our plan was to try and assess it first and then yank out stuff.
If I could get healed before that would help.
I will do that while somebody who actually has science works on that.
You want me to play rally so that people can get cards?
Yeah? No, I already have
people okay for cards?
Right now, I've got enough.
I will heal up to 3 wounds on Harumi.
All right.
So should I try science now? And remember, I haven't got possibilities.
I mean, I can do science. If
That's better if it's really an important role.
You're just going to add him a +1 to him?
I give him a +1.
I'm sorry.
Okay, +1 to Harumi. Go ahead.
I only had 1 wound, so.
Cool. I forgot how it worked.
Jeez.
Uh-oh.
Well, I'll spend a possibility.
Yep. You got one.
Got leadership to get cards to people. Again.
Is a 15 high enough?
Yep. Gonna have to take a careful look. Almost every single thing in here is for show. There is nothing technological about this at all. He's sitting on a sigil that is draining him of real, and the only thing that's real are the tubes that are sucking the stuff out of him. Everything else is just to give a patent of technology to some clearly magical process.
This is all bullshit.
So, yeah, basically, and all you have to do is unhook him, and he should start to recover.
All right, start to unhook him. I'll let everybody know.
But it does strike you just for the future that there's some Tharkoldu magic that requires you to mimic the technological process you're faking. So the operating theater and everything was just trappings to the ritual of draining this guy of risk. But apparently important enough that they bothered to do it. So in other words, if you happen to say, rick this place up, they probably can't do it, even though it does nothing functionally.
Yeah, I mean, and we're in Tharkol, so we might as well just smash stuff.
All right. So you unhook him, and I get to make a roll. Please don't be a 1 through 4. Please don't be a 1 through 4. That's all I care about. Okay. Yeah, it's weak. It kind of looks like, mercury flowing off the operating table and sort of slurping along the ground, and it's not doing it very quickly.
Monster Maker, will a miracle help you? Because I can cast healing on you.
Will make how's he going to communicate that in his shape?
I'll touch him if we need to do the mental.
So, a little pseudopod comes up and then forms.
Nice. I will cast healing on Monster Maker. Here we go. Actually, that's it's the difficulty is 10 plus whatever the wound level is, so that's not enough. What do I have in my hand?
I could trade you a willpower if you need it.
Yeah, let's do that. Would you like a second chance?
Sure.
Shall I drop a supporter as well, and then I get you up to...
You're out of combat. You can just throw cards willy-nilly.
Here we go. This will make it a 13.
I can get that to a 16.
16 would be great, because that'll be potentially 2 wounds, but... well, actually... How many wounds, effectively, are we... Because that affects the difficulty level of healing.
He has 7 wounds.
Oh, okay. Actually, I will take the supporter, and I'm going to throw more cards at it. Absolutely. I'm going to spend a possibility. So we're at 10, 13, 16. Plus 6. This is the plus 6 is from the cards so far, and then the last roll is 5. There we go, 29.
Okay.
So that's going to be 3 wounds.
Yep. So he's down to 4.
If another 3 makes any difference, I've got another supporter. Just bumping it over 30.
No, that's an outstanding success at this point. I think that's the most I can do with one casting.
Yeah. So
can I just
he moves along a little faster now.
Can I check my understanding of healing? Because the limit on healing is healing may only be attempted on a single individual once per scene. But is that per caster?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
okay.
Get it. So get in there. Your turn.
Yeah. Well, you have started, Moonwalker. I will attempt to continue. Hold the cyber crucifix out. Have mercy upon me, O Lord, for I am weak. O Lord, heal me, for my bones are vexed. And let's make another heal roll. Okay, so I will spend a possibility.
I can trade you an action if you need it.
Okay, I have one, but thank you. Okay, there we go. That's another 3 wounds.
All right.
Might be 2.
That puts him down.
Oh,
to...
yeah. Hold on.
Difficulty is 14.
It's 2. It's 2.
So yeah. So 2 wounds. So you still
I will use the action card.
There you go.
Sorry.
There you go. All right. So he's down to 1 wound. He can move along spryly. He sort of goes back into his chupacabra form, and now he looks kind of like a really oversized German Shepherd puppy at this point, because he's sort of bounding and going to places and running around. And you can hear in his head, "Wendy, okay?"
Last we saw her, yes.
Yes.
Dobrograd, okay?
Who?
That is what the experience I had there. The being inside said that I should mention Dobrograd to you all.
You went there? Good. Very good.
What was the message?
That was it.
Oh.
Mention it.
Was it good?
Cool.
It was an experience.
Is there...
Got a bit of a glow around you now.
How's he going to communicate this? Yeah, you wouldn't know how. I'm still talking in 8-year-old concepts.
This other place that you know the name of, Dobrograd.
I've talked to it. Yeah.
Is there another one of you there, or is there another being that you can communicate with there?
It was just what was taking everything. But its hunger was enormous, and then you went and its hunger was less. So you fed it hope or something, and that nourished it.
Greg, is the klaxon still going off?
Yeah. You're just kind of inching along the corridor while the alarms are.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't
So we're
seem to be
on the
anybody-
move. I was going to say the rooms are still angry. We should leave.
Yeah.
You're right.
Probably the same happened as if you have a glory event in an occupied area.
Sure.
You filled the populace with hope
And possibility energy.
and
So
popularity.
I'll at the end of this, I'll debrief you, so I won't make you wait.
No,
But yes, you did something amazing that was just painful. You did something amazing.
Ah.
Okay.
Monster Maker.
So yes.
What?
Oh, that's
took you?
super shiny. Where'd you get the super shiny?
Yeah,
Your
I know
arrow
what it's-
for-
Referring to your arrow.
Oh.
That's so awesome.
It's pretty. Yeah.
Mhm. So have you fired it through anything yet?
Not yet.
Not yet, really.
But I'm sure I will do if something causes us trouble.
What about those guys up there with the machine guns blocking the entrance?
Way to announce a combat.
Have we
That
shifted,
might be the occasion.
Have we shifted scenes?
No, not until you get out. Sorry, man.
Hey, no, that's how it is. That's how it rolls.
This is getting in and getting out with him.
I got a leadership card. I gotcha. We just
Oh,
need
we're
a
good.
couple rounds.
We're
Go
good.
rally. Well,
Yeah,
So
Yes.
and also
That's
you
a
have
perfect
noticed
hand
that-
for combat.
that the thralls don't look super enthusiastic. I mean, they're behind cover. They've got guns pointed your way.
These like normal
But
thralls.
yeah, these are normal thralls, and you know, thrall thought process. We're screwed because we let intruders in. The crawl inside are dead. If we let them go, there's nobody to report us.
If they look hesitant, I will intimidate them and I'll just say, "Get out of here."
Oh, go ahead.
Is there a multi-target?
You can
How
just
does it
target. Let's face it. If one or two of them leave, the rest of them aren't going to volunteer to sacrifice themselves.
Can the
Great.
wolf growl and help?
Absolutely. Just roll. some.
Nice. Is that a +1 modifier then?
Yep.
Can I give a +1 modifier with just check on my pistol,
Yeah.
sliding it back and forth?
Yeah,
So that's good enough. So you get +2 from the wolf. You get
Yeah.
+1 from Bert. So it's +3.
No, that was a terrible roll. So +3 would make that a 9. But
Yeah, they're like,
Can we make card play?
maybe
I've got a second chance for you, if you want to.
if we can.
yeah,
There it
you're
is.
not in combat yet. You're still negotiating things.
Give
Would
me
you
another-
like?
Give me a card for that.
I will give you an adrenaline. How about
Yeah,
that?
that's great.
Second chance. I'll re-roll with a +3 this time to get everything. 11. That's not great.
What?
All my second chance cards are gone to
Yeah,
waste.
but at least they're shook. So that
Uh,
means you're gonna.
Would getting that another 3 higher help? I've got another supporter.
That would.
Yes.
Would.
We're all supporting, of course.
I think all you have to do is aim an arrow at them and they're going to break.
And I can give you an action. card if
I
you
can
need.
imagine what is happened. Basically, she'll take out the shiny arrow and drop, and that'll make Monster Maker really exciting. That should go through anything.
So
yeah, which
The thralls are like,
Which convinces the thralls this is not their day. So they just they take cover a little farther away from the entrance and let you walk out. So you've rescued Monster Maker. Woo.
Yeah.
Heading on back. And I don't think anybody's close enough to stop you. I have to do a bit of GM math. Give me a second. I think that was actually fairly fast because you went to Dobrograd. All right. Yeah, they're not. Yeah, you're gonna make a clean getaway back to either. You can go back to the forest entrance. You can go back to the high school entrance because now that she can read the trees, she can kind of figure out where you want to wander on down here. And then you close to the route network. Where would you like to wander off with Monster Maker?
I don't think we actually want to go back to the Count's Tower. I'm just going to suggest that perhaps we should.
You don't want to take Monster Maker to a demon? What?
That's a bad idea. I think that would be a very bad idea.
Okay.
Back to the town. Back to the town in some form, since we probably want to be back in the town at some point anyways, because we need to check on Wendy and we might have a Dinos incoming.
Let's go to Wendy's.
All right.
The presence of this thing directly by her puts her and her entire family in danger.
Oh, fair enough.
I mean, in the high school entrance, perhaps.
It's a lesser of two evils. I mean, it's still where all the children are.
Well, you could ask that he stay in the tunnels around the entrance to the town.
We could go to the hospital.
That's a good idea.
Secured the hospital.
Right. Yep. And you have the manufactured entrance that only you know about so far.
And we asked Monster Maker whether the what were the creatures called? The Kawa Krill were what captured it, or was anyone or anything else involved?
There was something talking to me, and it was teaching me, and I wasn't paying attention, and then I was trapped. And I don't know how that happened. I was just talking and walking and talking and walking, and then I was trapped. And I think whatever I was talking to trapped me, but I don't know.
That's why you don't pay attention.
Was it quite charming today?
Well, maybe. Yeah, possibly being 8. I may not have seen where I was going at the time.
The thing that was talking to you, was it quite playful? Basically, attempt to describe the thing that I had ended up talking to.
Oh, Dobrograd? No, it wasn't Dobrograd.
It wasn't Dobrograd. Something else entirely. Well, that's interesting.
It was connected to. I saw stuff that were really fast wheelie things, and a sign. There's Baxter Materials, and then I saw these like skinny monster guys.
This sounds like Pan Pacifica.
Yeah.
Wasn't
it the way it talked was so fast. I mean, Wendy talks, and I get it. This thing was talking so fast. It was like 1,000 people talking at once, and it was making it make sense to me, so I could understand it. But anyway, that was it. So now I know. I just plug my ears and I go la 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 la, shiny arrow, la 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 la.
Like a computer transmission?
Mm-hmm.
Was it like a computer transmission?
Yeah, you're asking the wrong hunk of metal. I mean, it knows what computers are because Wendy has an iPad, so it wasn't an iPad. That's for sure. But it might, the way you're talking, it sounds like certainly some level of multiplexing was going on. So, yeah, computer could be okay, at least computerized communication or something that's working like that. So
Baxter Materials is the name that's come up in connection with Pan Pacific.
They had an office in Coos Bay, and they're allegedly part of the building ring of Rosie.
Haven't figured out who's been running that whole operation, have we? The Kanawha business.
No, I mean you've been busy, to be honest. So there's plenty to do here.
We should talk to them about another contract for coffee.
So I think the first thing we're going to do is following Ben's suggestion, is take Monster Maker back to the hospital.
Okay, so you're at the entrance that goes up into the hospital. They're actually taking him up into the hospital.
Anyone got a better location? I think it makes the most sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was secure enough for the demon.
So where are you taking him in the hospital? That's the first time he's left the tunnels. He's pretty excited.
Yeah, man. Go out, live your life.
He's like, oh, chairs! Wendy told me about these. They sit like a long time, like this. And then when they get bored, they sit like this. And then when they get really tired, they sit like this. You do a lot of things in chairs when you're a kid.
I'm not a fan. And I show Monster Maker what happens because my tail gets in the way.
Yes. Oh, then I'm not a fan either.
Oh.
Chairs are bad.
No,
So when he gets out, you realize he's about the size of a Buick. He's not really, inconspicuous, but the hospital is empty. You're the only people in it right now. Since the one doctor in town is dead, it's become less useful. So yeah, you've kind of got your own HQ in the hospital.
Is there a town? Does Coos Bay have a library or had a library?
Yes, it does, and it's attached basically to the high school. You've got the public library is just across from the high school.
It strikes me that you like to learn things.
Mm-hmm. I do. By mostly like making things.
That's true, but
I tried to make a minotaur, but turns out the tar involved is not the black ooey stuff. It didn't work.
Do you just make monsters, or can you make things, items?
Well, the only thing Wendy and I have talked about is Storm Knights and monsters, really.
Made a coconut. Yes.
That's true. You guys have good ideas. I can make things from ideas pretty well. The better the idea, the better I can make it.
So, Greg, if we have a modicum of time here, Severin has an idea. Which involves the library.
Okay.
The basic shape of the idea is this, out of character. If the library's got any films, newsreel footage, but anything visual as well as reading material, then it's an ideal opportunity to try and give Monster Maker a crash course in
core Earth history.
Core Earth history and being a decent being, essentially, philosophy 101.
Okay, you're going to put together a philosophy curriculum. Put on the agenda.
He is a priest, so giving it a moral foundation strikes me as the sort of thing that he would do.
And show him Forrest Gump.
Cosm Source Philosophy 101 with Professors Moonwalker and Severin.
Yes, yeah, pretty much that.
All right, we'll put that on the agenda. That won't be something you can do in a session, but you can set. Well, item number 1 is getting a diesel generator to the library, so something will turn on. That'll be your first subtask. But then, given the clout have in that city, that's like you'll make 2 requests. At least one of them will work. Because, like I said, you are. In case it hasn't been clear, you are now the sort of top-ranked organization in the city. You've discredited the cyber papacy. You've quelled the Moran's rebellion. You've been able to stiff-arm the bandits and the outsiders and the Adinos. So yeah, you're pretty. You pretty much got the swag of the town there.
I think we should show him Forrest Gump for some empathy training.
I think all of us have things to contribute here to one degree or another, in terms of helping this being be a force for good.
A certain amount of education is in order. I think we're also going to have another problem to deal with. The perhaps downside of being the having as much influence in the town as we do is that undoubtedly the town is going to look to us to defend them against
an imminent
problems.
Dinos attack.
Yeah,
And
we could also imagine some defense parameters.
Harumi,
And
on
he
the
will-
basis of the intelligence that you brought to us, if we can get Monster Maker settled and reasonably well occupied and safe, then we should probably start looking at the town's defenses.
Yeah, I mean, Monster Maker could do this for us if we can imagine them.
Also true.
Do you want to
Certainly-
turn Monster Maker into a tool of war?
Yeah, that's the question.
That's a tricky one. Yeah.
Yeah. Brent goes, yes, but I see the issues.
I think what is more important is that if Monster Maker chooses to defend the town, then that's its choice, and we need to get it to all of us, I think, need to get it to a point where
Right.
it can make the same choices that we all did. We all made choices.
Introduce it to more townsfolk, so more than just Wendy.
And we could show him.
Monster Maker, I talked to Wendy. I talked to you. I talked to Mr. Asura. That's all I talked to for now.
And
No
we
more
could
talking.
And
we
that's-
could show him. We could show him Home Alone. That's some kind of defense parameter he will get that are morally nearly acceptable.
I'm just imagining the debriefing Barack is getting. We had them on the run until our T-Rex was knocked over by an impossibly huge bucket.
terrifying thing is that
And a
Bud
bowling
isn't
ball.
entirely off base here. That sort of makes a weird amount of sense.
I'm glad you understand this. I'm shaking at what a movie is.
Yeah,
That's right.
Mara just is
So,
looking very confused.
yeah.
All
So-
of this will wait, but we must, I think.
So you're gonna hide him out for now in the hospital until such time as you get the library operational.
Yep.
Okay.
Are we going to report this in or anything?
We
Yeah, since you are Delphi Council people, usually you'd go to Sheriff Ocampo and he'd start the radio relay with the ships offshore.
We
Yep,
had made an
we did.
inquiry last time about what happened with the Gotak and the Storm Knights that had previously done something that had put this being on the move in the first place. So if we check in, maybe we'll get some more information.
That is true.
They've had a chance to get back to us.
I'm just wondering,
Mhm.
with all this Tharkoldu and Cyber Papacy and Pan Pacifica Tech, how secure are these reports?
Yeah, you'd have to. I mean, your assumption is Pan Pacifica knows everything. But there's really no other way to communicate in close to real time. So if you could try to work on some other forms of code, but they're just better at it than we are. So
Well, perhaps the one thing we omit then is the precise location.
right, you can
Yeah.
give you can say there's this. Plus, probably strategically from your point of view, if the Pan Pacifica knows their Koldu are involved, gives them another target, because that's one of the people that gives Pan Pacifica the heebie-jeebies. A technologically sophisticated, crazy, arcanic race. Yeah, that's fine. We don't need those guys around. So, all right. So you're going to leave them go. Where's your first stop after the hospital?
Sheriff Ocampo?
Definitely.
All right.
So you step outside, start heading off to Sheriff Ocampo's place, having left your vehicle at at the Elven outpost. You're walking, and that gives you plenty of time to hear the conflict up ahead. Sporadic gunfire, shouts, Adinos war chants. Looks like a preliminary raid has started. When you get to the center of town,
if we come from the other side, we can sandwich the enemies.
Because a pincer move with 5 people is historically one of the best things to do,
Yeah.
or
Just
yeah,
like custom.
like, does it sound like a little scuffle, or does it sound like all-out war there?
well, as you get closer, you're guessing the Adinos were bottled up at the bridge, can't break through, and are trying to figure out how to approach from the water. So they're probing the shore of Coos Bay, but they're not quite organized enough to make a landing somewhere. But so the thing you do notice is that the bridge is largely guarded by about 80 shock troopers.
Oh.
Clever.
So they're standing there, and one of them actually, because the guy who's currently leading the automatic weapons platoon is the guy who stopped you in the road search.
Right.
He's sort of like, well, you guys get around.
Does the situation look like it's under control, if you see what I mean? Is it detente, or are the Nile forces going to repel the Adinos?
Well, as long as if we keep getting the targeting intel from the church, we'll get them. I mean, it's amazing, but I mean they're accurate to within a meter. We just drop a mortar, but there are a lot of them out there. There's just a whole lot, and without Dr. Fletcher, I mean, I don't know how she's going to get back in here, but someday she will.
What's happened
But yeah.
to Dr. Fletcher?
What's
happened to Dr. Fletcher? Where did she go?
She came with the Baroness. They have some alliance together with the Delphi Council, and they needed to have some sort of powwow. So she went to the Elven Enclave.
So Greg, does it look like a situation that needs intervention here? Or
No, it's just right now it's stalled out. But that's until a commander on the Adianos arrives who can actually.
Right.
When that happens, it'll be big trouble.
And in the interim, the forces of the Pharaoh have scored a fairly good PR coup with the town by defending it.
Well, yeah, basically it was every citizen who could grab a knife or rifle, anything, plus these guys, given cyber papal intelligence from their drones supposedly. So yeah, the 3 of them managed to repel their attack reasonably easily. But when the Adinos get a little better and get like, okay, Gotax do this first, then we do this, then it'll be a little bit harder.
And wait till they bring a Brontosaurus.
Yep.
That's what we've got this for. And I open my backpack and show him the Nile Empire landmines that I had.
Some souvenirs.
That's right. They're like, oh yeah, we left most of those behind because we were running. But probably should have thought about that.
So we can continue on our way to the sheriff's then. Right?
So you go to sheriff's, and it's become a de facto HQ. So you've got the matriarch Moran there, you've got Scott there, you've got Sheriff Ocampo there, and you've got somebody you haven't really seen up close and personal, Sister Evangeline there, who has the sourest look on the planet when the 5 of you walk in.
Yeah, we're still alive.
And,
sorry.
like, oh, so the reports of your demise were exaggerated, Scott. And sort of gives a side eye to Evangeline, and Sheriff Ocampo says, well, everybody's entitled to wishful thinking, ma'am. So, So
Always a pleasure meeting you.
yeah. Sheriff Ocampo says, "Yeah, we did have a report back, and I don't know, none of your official leaders." We just sort of puts the packet on the table. So we got that back. We've got another coffee drop coming in.
Well, I think basically, I don't want to have these conversations in front of particularly Sister Evangeline.
Right.
So we'll just scoot that packet of intelligence reports away. If there is planning to be done regarding the defense of the town, we're happy to participate.
We've been discussing what we want to do, and eventually we think we're going to want a sortie and try to cut the head off the snake. Because we think if we just sit here, they'll eventually find a way to. I mean, we can't. We have more buildings than people. Eventually, the Adianos will figure out a way to come up one of the empty areas.
Well,
that'll be a problem.
Well, given the sister's recent experimentation upon the Adinos, it's probably best if her forces aren't involved. I think it would redouble the ire of the Adinos, and they would fight back even stronger. Don't you agree, sister?
Go ahead and make a persuasion roll. We know you're... But she's like, oh, so you have your own drone fleet, I'm presuming?
Have we shifted scenes?
Yes, you shifted scene.
Draw some cards if you may.
Oh,
what's our hand limit now?
5.
Yeah.
You can't go above 5. That's just the max.
And are we allowed to recycle one card, drop it, and take a new one?
You are allowed to recycle one card.
Does anyone want a second chance?
Yeah, sure.
I have 2 coup de grace cards if anybody wants one of them.
I have a maelstrom that I'll probably get rid of.
Don't know. Yeah.
Got very narrow uses, but it's a great card in the right circumstances.
Would have been awesome against that dim thread effect.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to recycle a coup de grace if nobody wants it.
Coup de grace, okay. If nobody wants it, I'll take it.
Okay, if you trade me something for it.
Oh.
And then...
just put it away, the adrenaline.
Sure.
Okay. Thank you. Can you play more than one coup de grace on a roll?
Coup de grace adds a bonus die. I believe they are stackable, yes.
I've got 3 of them now.
What?
So.
But I've got no possibilities, so I won't. By the way, the looks like trouble card. Did it give us any possibilities?
You didn't officially play it. Otherwise, if you had officially did you officially play that?
Yeah, I saw.
I'm sorry. I should have killed you in the vault then.
Okay, then.
No, because you had the minimal resistance going. If that place had the extra reinforcements, oh
I thought
Lord,
it was an extra reinforcement.
Yeah. So I'll let you play that again, even though it's out of Cosm. You can play that again at some future point. I'll just try to remember that you've got that card out.
Or you could give me another Cosm card from the Cosm we are in. Maybe. Chorus, maybe.
You're back in that really, really mixed zone now.
Yeah.
We've got leaking living land, partly core earth, and cyber papacy.
Forget I played it. Forget I played the tunes. It's no problem.
Every single reality has a bunch of dudes attack you card.
That's right.
Sure, that's true. It does seem that way.
Okay, I'm going to make that persuasion roll, which, I mean, basically, I'm just trying to sideline the Cyber Church because you got to keep doing that.
Right.
Okay, so persuasion. I will spend a possibility.
Bum, bum.
And I'm going to play that action card as well to move it to.
Wow. Well, you're not going to be able to convince Sister Evangeline because this is her cause, but you convinced everybody else in the room. So they are going to say that, well, we could certainly continue to use your intelligence from the drone. But I think the church police should stay defending the interior of the town. And Sister Evangeline, I disagree with your analysis in the strongest terms, but I'm not here to start a fight. She sure stares at Father Severin. I'll have to finish those we've previously started, though. Have a good evening. She walks out, leaving you in the command center with a packet. Bum, bum, bum.
Is it safe to open that with Ms. Moran here?
You can basically wander back into Sheriff Ocampo's office if you want privacy, or you can just wait to go to your house. Either way.
We may need to talk to Sheriff Ocampo if we move back into his office and then we all take a look at it.
All right.
Maybe we should open it with Sheriff Ocampo witnessing. Who knows what's in there?
That's a good idea.
You mean the exploding Delphi Council report? No, okay.
Kill anyone who sees this.
So you pull it out. The first part is about the mission that was in Portland with the GOTAC taking the Storm Knights on the first walk, and how it led to an alliance between the GOTAC and members of the Blue Lake Adinos, who are the ones who are camped out back there. Apparently, one of the results is he has developed some rituals that allow Adinos to use dead things without feeling the ickiness associated with dead things, which is what you saw way back when they were doing the time card thing. That was a ritual so they could get on a boat and not feel terrible about being on a dead pile of wood. So it doesn't change their disconnection, doesn't change anything like that, but just it's kind of like seasickness pills. So you can handle dead technology without the revulsion. The Chupacabra was spotted south of your position quite a bit, and then they noted that it turned around and circled back almost 800 miles out of its way to come back to Coos Bay, where they lost track of it. I mean, they had been tracking it because the Storm Knights reported there are these silver metal creatures that are walking south. You might want to find out where they're going. And they, got south of San Francisco and then turned around. They showed up back here. That's where they know about that. But the other thing in the briefing is a strategic alert. And it says they have pretty reliable intel that with regards to Coos Bay, Baraka is in an alliance with Kanawa. And their Kanawa reinforcements are expected within days. And that's where we'll leave the session.
Oh my.
Wow. Good grief. Thank you very much, Greg.
Yeah.
Thank you, indeed.
It gets better. It gets better every game.
So I will. So since I said I'd brief you, I'll do that because we got a couple more minutes. Basically, what you did was a glory result, but you did it inside the Kerr at an entire city that had been disappeared and was used as a source of pain inside there, and it was being resupplied by Monster Maker. But it was basically so you have people who have been tortured perpetually to keep the Kerr running. You showed up with a glory result, so for a brief few moments they were on possibility energy instead of Vril. So a number of the town have stopped using Vril, and you now are building a place of sanctuary inside the Kerr, which I figure is about as implausible and spectacular result as you could hope for on a Father Severin glory result. I'm just sitting there going, you're going to make me work, but I'll figure it out.
Oh, wow.
Do you mean we had a real impact on the cause of Torg?
Yeah. Well, this is, like I said, this is the lab for some ideas I've had from Torg. And Yes, also, tip of the cap to Harumi for going, shouldn't we get a magic item? Yes, you should. So, we've got that one covered. But yeah, thank you. That was good fun. And you did save Monster Maker, and you have a plan for how to utilize a Cosm Source and maybe an 8-year-old High Lord. And things are happening. Things are popping.
And if we know about Kanawa, maybe we can do something about the Adinos before Kanawa reinforcements show up.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also they're guessing that the reinforcements won't be pure. Kanawa doesn't seem to operate on pure military forces, even though they'd have the technology to do that. You're going to have infiltrators and spies and assassins, and probably high-tech surveillance help.
But it could work. But it could work the other way around. The Dinos are awaiting humans with high tech. That's all they know about Kanawa.
It's an interesting synergy.
Well, the upper echelons have actually talked to each other.
The thing that if I can get that cyber deck rebuilt, I've got the drone pattern intelligence, and that might help us mess them up.
That's what I was leading towards.
So you're saying you either have to have a tete-a-tete with the sister who hates you, or a spy mission to steal supplies from the cyber church?
I don't think Severin's ever gonna he's too doubled down on just messing with them completely. So we're gonna have to nick this.
Yeah, so it sounds like a raid on the cyber church is on the docket. Okay.
Or we could use her as an ally because she doesn't like Kanawa either.
I
feel that ship has sailed. I've had
you guys have
my enemy.
you have seriously messed with the cyber church's operation in this town. I mean, nobody's seriously considering them a moral authority on anything, which was what their whole shtick was. I mean, they still have. You've got about 2,500 people in town. They probably have 100 followers. You probably cut that number by about a factor of 8. So, they were growing to take over the town, and now it's kind of like, yeah, they're kind of jerks.
Is Wendy's mom still on board? Or
Wendy's mom is still on board.
Yeah, we still have to be careful.
There's a definite issue that part of the reason Wendy likes monsters is her mom's aversion to monsters. There's definitely a struggle going on there.
The next rising power that I perceive is the Nile just did a really smart thing by defending the town. So we're going to have to mess their day up as well at some point.
Although that's right, because you would know that because they're talking. The Nile Empire is, Dr. Mobius knows they're here and he's excited about looking for the artifacts, but he doesn't really understand why they came here. They came here as part of the Baroness Dr. Fletcher Alliance. So have Dr. Mobius fund our search for this stuff.
So okay. That's another interesting dimension to it. Okay, go ahead.
And the Morans are on our side, finally, I presume.
Say that again?
The Morans are on our side, finally, I presume.
I was debating wrecking that at the end.
I think they're on their side. I think they're on their side. The side that's not being eaten by Red or Dinos.
Yeah,
so the
best side to be on.
You keep stirring the pot, and it keeps getting a little more interesting but I'd say yes, you are. Eventually, you're going to have to decide. Because right now you're still sort of poking a number of sides. You're going to decide who it is you want to still be around. Because you're beginning to get to the point where you're going to play those cards.
Mm-hmm.
So what's Kuzbe going to look like when this is over? So because at this point you are out in front for determining that outcome.
Oh, it sounds like we're going to have to think about it.
Yep.
I would say no cyber papacy, no Sarcode. That's a prime target.
We also have to worry about this Pan-Cosm, Pan-Pacifica potential being.
Mind blown. Absolutely brilliant.
You would guess
that this Kanawa forces coming in, it might be Kanawa forces with something else.
What, you think those Kanawa forces will have a secondary secret hidden agenda?
I don't feel that the Pancosm being for Pan Pacifica might be a not particularly great guess, but there is something going on there. The Lanala one is closer.
I mean, it's, yeah.
That one,
Yes.
there's more stuff happening that indicates that could be true. But it's one of those Infiniverse things. We don't know if it's true until a few players bounce things back, which, of course, will be this group, will be one of those groups of players. All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you
That's
again.
what Greg.
Thank you, Greg.
you.
and
Thank
thanks
you very
everyone.
much,
Thank
Greg.
you.
Oh, woohoo. All right. I've got a panel still tonight. Woohoo.
Oh.
All right. Thank you, Robert. All right.